it. Like
The number one ingredient is time.
yes.
Yeah, I
Age
don't know
it.
the details of what he does. The only thing I do
like-
know.
The number one ingredient is
Wait a
time.
minute.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was anything happening in the game just then?
Did anyone try to spawn anything?
No, the server is only just now back up.
Not
No, everyone just got
anymore.
kicked.
Oh no.
Gee.
Yeah,
At least this time it wasn't a hard crash.
I'm trying, but this is probably not going to work for the future. But I'm trying.
Restart? Question mark.
That's not going to help.
Okay.
That's not the problem.
I'll believe you.
The problem is that Tabletop Simulator wants 12 gigabytes of RAM.
Ah.
Oh.
And the machine I'm using only has 16 to give. And it still needs more RAM for other things.
So going forward, I'll run the TTS instance because I believe I have at least 8 gigs of RAM to give.
Oh no, it's
I've got 32 and a pretty good internet connection.
But yeah, it's probably part of the problem.
I've got 32.
Like you were currently trying. Hello, Cat. You were currently trying to choke your internet connection.
It's not my internet
or
connection.
your I'm sorry, your RAM. You're currently trying to choke your RAM, and it's not into that.
Genuine, actual, possible help. Increase page file. In the absence of RAM. Page file is the ghetto RAM.
I don't even know what you just asked me to do.
I increase your page file memory usage.
I don't know what that means. I don't normally use this is the first couple times I've been using a Windows machine for years. Before that, I was using Linux where I could customize everything.
Fair. I mean, I've got a beefy 32 if it's possible for me to host it. If that would help.
Well, we can play musical TTS host at a different point in time if we can get it stable and running for at least a little bit.
Yeah, it imploded on me, and I'm like, oh, what's wrong? Oh, you're throwing 98% of your memory right now. That would be a thing.
Yeah. A part of me hopes that's what it is, solely because I may or may not have been doing something silly at the time, where I was squeezing the camera into a spot the camera was a little too large to go. And I'm like, well, I hope that wasn't what was caused the crash. Otherwise, because I've been doing that like whenever to satisfy my ADHD. Whenever I'm not doing anything else, I will fly the camera around and squeeze it into places or glitch it through things. It's never caused a problem before, however.
Be very careful. She's fragile.
Look, I unplugged my microphone from the USB earlier and it crashed a game I was running. Sometimes it's just a code-bearing tomato, and you didn't realize that it needed to be there in the out of bounds. They tried everything, but if you remove the tomato, the entire thing buckles.
So there's a real-world analogy to this for, I think it's for Counter-Strike, actually. There is in one of the no, it's in Team Fortress 2. Somewhere in the code in Team Fortress 2, there is a picture of a fruit. When they remove the picture, the game ceases to run. So they just leave the code there, so the game runs.
This is what happens when you exist on like 10 years of spaghetti code.
Yeah.
And the best thing is, with a biologist background, which it's actually not a bad way to think about DNA as well, which is hilarious. Like, evolution has so many of those weird little codes lying around in genetic sequences that don't seem to do anything, but a human being doesn't actually work if you get rid of it.
What was it?
Ah, you
I had hard crashing issues for like a hot minute on my system, and I'm like, is the RAM I got bad? Like, what is it? I was going crazy troubleshooting forever, and then I finally looked at like my crash logs, and I'm like, games for Windows Live Bar is running into an issue every 10 minutes, and it's just crashing my system. I'm like, I don't use games for Windows Live Bar. I don't even know, do I have that installed? And apparently Microsoft installs it by default and tries to like monitor your computer's hardware. But because I already have MSI Afterburner watching my hardware, it was like two things trying to access it at the same time and go onto my UI, and it would just hard crash after 10 minutes. And I'm like, thanks, Microsoft. I just force uninstalled that shit. Haven't had a problem since.
So basically, Microsoft and MSI were having a slap fight over your computer.
Yeah, and I never asked Microsoft to do that. They just felt welcome to my system. They're like, we want this.
I mean, if you believe the way Microsoft acts, they definitely want access to your system. They definitely believe it's yours or theirs.
Mm-hmm.
They can have some Ligma.
Especially if you're using their operating system.
Yeah. I mean, even when you're not using their operating system, there is some aspect of their code being used by your machine. Like,
yeah,
their code is kind of ubiquitous, and it fucking sucks.
I mean, it's kind of like if you're using a browser besides Firefox, you're basically using Google's code.
Yep.
That's not even like even the Apple Opera browser uses Google Chrome's code as its basis. Firefox is currently the only browser that doesn't use Google Chrome code, which is why a lot of the time stuff that's programmed exclusively for Google Chrome doesn't work on Firefox because Firefox doesn't use any of their stuff.
I think Safari is also good.
That's really funny.
Nope, Safari is also off of Google Chrome.
Oh, it is now? That's hilarious.
No, their code has always been.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's just like so thoroughly revised that you don't really notice it.
Yeah. My one roommate, when she had to use my emergency card, used it to buy a few things, which I didn't expect she was going to use to buy non-food items. But anyway, turns out her Vivaldi copied my card number onto everything, and therefore when she made purchases, in thinking she was using her card, it was actually using my card. I've had to
you gotta love that.
Yeah, that's because it's Google Chrome styled, and it just locks everything on. So it's like, no, you need to remove shit right after you're done making your purchase. Just remove it completely.
Who are we missing from in the game?
Hey, Moon, I have a question.
So,
why does the calculator behind your screen say boobs?
Because I put that there for shits and giggles.
Oh, all right, that's good.
Who's not in the tabletop simulator game?
Only me.
No, there's somebody else missing.
I'm on connecting. I don't know if it's showing me on your end yet, but
there you are. Bad connection.
Keep here.
Because that's what I was waiting for, so I could look at Linzabi and go, hey, everybody's at the table. Here's your 20 beers. Get to reading.
20.
She's basically putting 20 beers in front of me to buy me out. Well, folks, last session is same as this session. The group is still in combat with the undead.
Oh, well, they're pretty much done. There's one left and it's on death's door.
Right, but still, who would have thought that the little engineer would have so much fight inside of him? I swear, he turned into a chihuahua. Going after things with a shield and a sword instead of trying to hold back and fire things from a distance. And the party is pretty much finished. When we finish, we'll have a chance to loot through everything in this room to see if there's anything of any value. And then they can get on going deeper into the under, unless they want to go back up and take a rest for a while. But they might continue on because they're curious, and curiosity killed the cat, and satisfaction brought it back. So they've got one last undeady thingy to murder, and then they'll be able to continue on with whatever they plan to do. I told you it wasn't going to be a very big recap. They're just wrapping up, basically, the combat. But skeletons were crunched, the bear was stabbed, and I forget what happened to the Knigget, but he is still wearing the chainmail, so he's kind of a light tanker. But his sword is still glowing with the blessings of his lady. So we'll see how things go. I do believe that Cesaro is going to be busy patching up some wounds. And then the wizard could possibly, if he's got the energy for it, scout even further ahead and probably be shaken by what he finds up ahead. And at that, I will let Moon take over and tell them how things are going to go.
Oh man, that alchemy book on the desk looks sick. That's a lot of detail.
All right, Moon, all yours. Though I'm going to ask a very dangerous question. Why is the axe embedded in the floor next to me? Okay, it says goons now.
The gooning axe.
The gooning axe.
Before it said guns, and I thought, is that
I
a
have
gun axe
literally
in the
no
floor?
idea what you're talking about.
Oh, wait. Did not one of the audience?
Oh, no, that's just the shorthand on it. It's GWS something. It's probably from the set that it came from.
I was going to say, that'd be like a cursed Slaneshi weapon, the Axe of Gooning.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's just from the set that I grabbed that from. Lots of them are shorthanded GWS.
I did forget
Maybe
one
it's
thing.
Guild Wars?
Yeah, I don't fucking know, man.
That can't be right.
I did forget
Oh,
one
that
thing,
might be it.
folks. Forgot one thing. One of the audience decided to buy a boss, and I do believe the boss is not flesh in nature.
That was
Something.
no.
Something
That
made of
was that already happened. They bought an enemy last time.
Okay. I knew an enemy was.
Also, my cat says hello. He is currently purr-nuzzling the microphone. Stop purr-nuzzling the microphone.
Hello, cat.
Cats will be cats. Trust me. With my eye scratched out by one, I know about cats being cats.
The fact you said hello, cat, in your Thess voice, just I'd love to see Thess interact with a cat now.
Thess probably has. Like, I can imagine her having encountered a ship's cat on her trip up here. Hello, small little warm thing. You're a cat. I've met bigger versions of you. Oh, you purr. That's so cute.
Just imagining the cat curled up on Thess's lap, and Thess is just like, the cat has somewhere to sit, and this is a source of warmth. This is a symbiotic relationship now.
It's
there's one of two reactions. Either the cat is like, ah, yes, warm thing, smooth thing that pets me well, or what in the heck is that?
Or cat is like, don't touch me, and then keeps trying to claw at Thess. And Thess's scales prove to be too hard for cat claws, so it's basically a useless relationship.
Yeah.
He didn't like that I was putting the microphone in his face, but he was still purring very loudly. No, step on the laptop. Nope. Okay, those are my headphones.
Cat.
Cletus prefers cats keep their distance because it was a motherfucking cat that scratched out my motherfucking eye.
Ah, Tess likes cats. Tess likes most critters that are not trying to kill her.
Anyway, Moon, it's all you.
Yeah, I'm trying to recall. So it was Oscar, then Andre. So I think how it went last time. Oh no, Andre fell asleep. That's right.
Oh, that's
Okay,
brutal.
so we had Oscar. So Andre starts off, then Lucia.
Okay, let's get right back into it. If I remember right, all these guys got butterfingers by our wizard, and they're kind of weaponless.
Yes, they still have their shields, I believe. Wait, why are? I think an old instance of this got loaded and it didn't get saved. There should not be this many still standing. Yeah, because Oscar is not currently planted on the ladder.
Ah,
That explains so
let's
very
move our
much.
boy in.
Can you move the miniatures to where they're supposed to be, please?
I can sure sugar try, but I'm trying to remember everything that happened.
Well, remember, shields are strapped on.
Yep. Yeah, because there was one over here that had gotten beaten down. Oh, that's fine. It reverted back to a skeleton anyway. Let's see. Mori had been injured slightly. I gotcha. Yeah. All right. That one was down. Oh, I should move these over here. Let's see. So, if I remember correctly, this one had gotten beaten down. There was effectively the one still in front of here. This one is no longer without a weapon. There was the one oh, you want to go back down? Okay. Go down. Sorry. There was the one still in front of Mori. This one hadn't been injured again as it just moved behind all of its goons. So yeah, there were these two that remained, though I don't know what their wounds were at. But yeah, that's roughly what was standing. Yeah, that means the game didn't save last time when it crashed.
That sounds about right.
That happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, take it from there. Yeah, Thessage. Oh, right, that's right. There was another one that was in the process of engaging Thess. I remember that too.
Yeah, I remember being frustrated by my internet connection.
Yep. Okay. Now this is right. I remember there was like directly an additional one just giving Thess a hard time.
How dare they? Well.
Oh, did you go read?
The table. Yeah, I was gonna say the table's stable enough to move over. It just effectively halves your movement speed.
Do you got that skeleton, Thess?
I
Probably?
probably do now that I am like able to see what the fuck's going on and can actually make intelligent tactical decisions as a player.
That's
Okay.
right. Now with the power of a stable internet connection.
Right, and actually being able to see the map.
Those things.
Yeah. Okay, so he's actually right in front of me. All right, I have a plan. I don't remember which weapon was in my hands. I think I switched to mace and shield.
That sounds right, because you shot with a pistol and you whiffed.
Yeah.
Though it was a cinematic whiff, and I had you hit a mechanism.
Yeah. So we now know there's a secret thing here.
Yep.
So yeah, I will have switched to shield and mace to deal with this guy.
Okay.
He's gone. He's being dealt with.
If you got it, then that's good.
Yeah, pretty sure.
In that case, I will take my free step forward to the table. Huh. Step. Possibly.
Man climbs.
Hang on.
Hmm.
The stuff or
What a hero. So I'll walk up across the table, and for the first skeleton that's on Mori, I'm gonna just go to cleave down its back.
Just put that cheek back.
Try to sever its spine.
Smart.
Today in anatomy class, Andre learned where the spine actually is.
Huh. And this whole time, I thought it was in the legs.
Finally, I understand what those little bumps on the spine are. And look what happens when they separate.
Huh. We're gonna reroll.
The one
Oh, that's so bad. 39. That would be a hit. A parry, good sir.
Excellent. As soon as I find my rolly dice. Oh, right, yeah, the map got reloaded, so...
Oh, and those little bumps on the spine get more pronounced on a certain character called the Abomination.
What is up, Abomination?
Yeah,
Wait.
that's a 99 to parry.
Fair.
So you stab it and then it blocks.
Wait, what?
99 would be.
I said, so you attack it.
Yeah.
And then it blocks.
Oh, okay. I got it. Yeah.
It's like I have been stabbed. I should block. Basically, its defenses are running on Internet Explorer.
It's like powered by the Kinect.
Hey. Okay. As much as it was shittily implemented, the Kinect was one of the first first cameras that used 3D positional data, and arguably is still one of the best at it.
9 plus my normal damage of 5. We got 14 damage on that skeleton.
All right, none of these were at full health, so that's going to be enough to take it out.
I mean, assuming they were paying it.
Oh, fast, Maury.
As the skeletons turn into a pile of bones.
And then I will attempt to run through the other skeleton that's swinging at Maury.
Excellent.
That's a 17. That will be a hit. Is parry?
No, it does not. So it's too focused on protecting itself from the polar bear to notice your glowing longsword pierce it through the sternum. Back to Moore's garden with you. That's going to be 13 damage. The 71, which is the body. So yeah, the sternum works.
Take up the entire, like an entire section
All right.
of the wall.
Then
It is
Wisha,
the size of a
it rounds
wall.
back around to you.
Okay,
Remember, you are
so-
missing a boot knife.
Yes, I am missing a boot knife. So over here with all of us, there are currently no other undead standing, other than
No, there's one. Yeah, him.
And over here, with Rodolin, they took care of that guy.
Correct.
So Thess is the only one who's currently dealing with anything.
Correct. Well, there's the thing in front of you, but aside from that, yes, that is correct.
The thing in front of me appears to be on our team, correct?
This one is friend. This one looks like the skeletal remains of a giant rat-like humanoid. It's hunched over far too much to be a human. Either that, or
okay.
it looks like it died. Either that, or it looked like it died from a case of rickets.
No, I see something is supposed to be there. The computer hasn't loaded it. It's just a silver ball.
Oh, okay.
Probably just your ram screaming at you.
Yes, it's just the ram screaming at me. All right, well, if that's the case, you said it looks like a giant rat, correct?
Humanoid rat, but yes.
Oh, okay, well, I guess it's time to whip this out.
Yeah, cross a New York City sewer rat and a felt homeless woman. There you go. This is the child of those two.
Okay, I was only supposed to have 4 wounds. I'm taking a wound, and I am hurling the Amber Spear. That's a full round action. This is my entire action. I'm going to try to cast this.
All right, there is nothing that would interrupt you, so you don't have to worry about that.
All right, 10, 11. There it goes.
Yeah, she took the point of damage.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if I had enough. Apparently we have 2 audience fate points. I need to mark those. I have 1 audience fate point now because I just spent 1.
Ooh, you just made that.
Yeah, I just made that, barely. Okay, so this is a magic missile. It automatically hits. It is literally my most
D10 plus
powerful
willpower
spell.
plus
It
4.
does... Yep. That's 9? Ooh, baby. 18 points of damage. Armor applies. Unless it's made out of hide or fur.
No, it actually has some rusty, rotten chain on, but you said 18?
Yeah, total.
Okay, the spear impacts it, drives through what was left. It weakly tries to put up a defense to block it, but the spear runs it through, bounces off the wall, and turns back to go, unless you want to end it, turns back to go seek out the one behind Thess, as it's just enemy seeking.
The one next to Thess is technically out of range because it only goes up to 10 squares.
From you or from its last target?
From its last target.
Alright, hang on.
So what everyone sees is they see Lucia take her hand and purposely cut it open on her axe, and then she extends it, and out of her hand comes this glowing amber spear that just slams into this thing's chest.
3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's within range.
Oh. And then after it passes that thing's chest, it whips around and goes for the thing over there with us. I have to make a willpower test to actually hit it.
Yeah, no, I didn't size this for each of the individual tokens. I sized it per piece.
-10, that's a fail. It misses.
Wait, what? I didn't think it...
Secondary targets I have to roll to hit. It missed.
Oh. Wait, did it only miss by 1?
It missed by 9.
I was gonna say, it's back at... No.
Yeah, so it misses.
That's only
and goes,
for melee.
It whips past Thess and the skeleton and then fades into the ether before it hits the wall.
Oh, it wouldn't smash into the rocks? Aw, big sad.
No, it will not harm inanimate objects.
Big sad. Okay. Well, I can't unfortunately flip this over.
Yeah, this room is for base quarters, but there currently is none.
Back to hell with you, rat beast. Lizard, you got that thing?
I think so.
I legitimately don't know where that token went to, but considering the amount of HP it had left and how much damage you hit it with the Amber Spear, considering the fact that the token just disappeared, yeah, that sounds about right. There'd be arms and leg bones, possibly a skull. Alright, Sage isn't going to take a turn. He's too busy patching himself up. Is Mori going to do anything? No, you didn't take an action to direct Mori.
Correct. I took a full round action to cast a spell. Mori cannot do anything except for self-defense.
Alright, environment swings, so it's going to go and try to attack Thess.
Okay, I do have defenses, thankfully.
Yep, you have a shield, you get a free parry.
I have a shield, and I have don't be a hit, essentially, which is really below skill. I have dodge, or whatever it is.
Alright, well, you know what? You also have it rolled a 91, so it whiffs wide.
Okay, dodge blow, that's the other one.
Alright, it's gonna swing in with the shield then, since its claws missed.
Okay.
Come on.
That's right. I bounced my mace off my shield and very nearly hit myself in the head with it.
Just waiting for them to roll. No, the shield misses. It rolled the answer to life, but the answer to life is not to hit best. So
apparently, we have somebody, a new viewer, asking what this is.
This is Warhammer Fantasy 2nd Edition. Hello, new person.
Hi, new person. I'm the friendly neighborhood human of the group.
Or head across, or head up.
Human, complete with ears and everything.
Yeah, I have ears.
Rodolin, are you going to do anything? Are you going to do anything for your turn? You are currently separated from the rest of the group by a small bit of rubble. You do have a line of sight, but
I am indeed going to do something. Has this here bony fellow picked his sword back up?
No. It simply tried to effectively throw hands at Thess. It went in first for the haymaker and then followed up with the Captain America with its shield. It missed both.
Well then, unfortunate for it, is I'm going to be casting a spell at it.
Excellent.
And he's going to grab his staff. Thesserau, Please step back a moment.
It's not my round. I can't move.
Flavor.
I know. This is
Yeah,
response of.
I can't decide whether I can't right now. All right. Let's see if I can pull this off. Let's push it. Shouldn't be too hard. Check the casting number.
The constraints of a gaming system.
Oh, that's
I
16.
got this close. I got.
Take a step back. I can't. I can only move in 6-second increments.
Does Vivi have mommy issues?
Who?
Yes.
Has been.
I was a hair's
Probably.
breadth from doubles. That was
She
scary.
finds the most creative ways to have there be no mom.
All right.
Bliss just adopts a character. Stella is Stella, and then Lillian's just somewhere else.
Who's talking in whose background?
I have no idea.
Might be me.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe it's your girlfriend.
I'm kind of
Yeah,
interested in this
probably.
conversation, though. Who are you? Why is she talking about Disney as a whole having mommy issues?
No, she was saying Viv from Disney Pop.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
My bad.
I see.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm going to be hurling a rather hefty lightning bolt at this fellow.
Lightning bolt.
Thunderbolt,
It's about
thunderbolt.
time you wrapped him up.
PK Lightning.
PK5, PK lightning.
Oh, I'm sorry for bothering
PK
you.
stands for I've yet to play Earthbound. Oh.
Tell
An electric, a bright electric zap fills the air from the top of his crooked staff, and a lightning-based magic missile towards Swordless here.
Welcome, sir.
Pings him for 8 damage. Here. Or
Yeah, I didn't like any of that.
if Thess had a hair, it'd be standing up on end.
Give us time to buy a wig.
Yeah, probably the next thing we need is, oh my god, slowly build the rest of the full the human outfit.
I mean, it's an option.
That should get a mullet.
No, Thess should get like big flowy golden locks that Thess can toss back with a head twirl.
Could be all
I
dramatic.
approve.
I could be all dramatic.
The lightning bolt breaks the target, and you see the bones animate by magic shake, shudder, and rattle. And it seems very clear that were there any flesh left on this thing to electrify, it would currently be in an aqueous format. However, as it is merely magic that is animating this thing, it pulls itself back together, albeit shakily and currently static shocking. But it was very effective, and the bones where it hit are burnt black.
Noted.
So now you're fighting a charred skeleton.
That's
I was hoping.
I dub it
Okay.
shard.
So
I was hoping to pop its head. Rodlin mutters under his breath. With a faint chuckle.
I guess I'm hitting it with my mace. Because that's what I got in hand.
Well, Rodolin did just create a fairly weak spot for you, as its head currently resembles the consistency of a burnt bagel.
Well. Hopefully this time it will be me beating it in the head and not, why can't I not select my dice? There they go. Okay, it was being laggy. Great. Hopefully this time I will not bounce my mace off my shield. Um. Uh, it's not a fumble. Yeah, let me see. I have a fate point. I gotta burn the fate points first. Yeah, why not? I'd like to hit something this combat. No, no, I am not allowed to hit anything. That is a nat 100.
Yes.
Oh, that's
So that's a
going to
super
be
critical fail.
bad.
Do you want to spend the audience fate point to save yourself? Because that'd be our last
I was gonna
one.
say-
Spent the audience fate point.
I was going to say, on the upside, you do have a second attack.
Yeah. I just spent the audience fate point to re-roll because before that was a miss. I should just not spend fate points. Every time I have spent a fate point, it has fucked me up.
Okay, we have 0 fate points for us unless the audience spends money to put them in, and Moon has 1.
So what do I roll, Moon, to see how bad it is?
Okay. So
it is a nat 100.
Okay, so you have lost grip of the weapon. You swung hard, and whether it be from condensation or a bad hand wrap, the mace has gotten dislodged from your hand. Make me a ballistic skill test.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna suck.
Oh no! Now she's going to
75.
Also
It's a miss. But I don't know
Excellent.
if there's any pluses.
You don't hit any of your friends.
Oh, okay.
That could have been bad.
Yes.
The mace goes sailing out of your hand. Was she swinging left to right or right to left?
Ooh, that's a good question because she doesn't really think about how to do this. Probably, given I imagine her shield being in her right hand, probably left to right.
Okay, the mace goes flying out of her hand at the apex of the swing, lands up impacting over here in the brick pile, kicking up a bit of rock dust in the process. But Bess, you did a power throw.
Not exactly helpful in this situation.
Not they call themselves that.
I would imagine what would have happened if it had hit one of the fellow party members' heads.
It would have been hilarious, actually.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you'd hit.
So was I. Like, if I'm gonna
Like, you even had a bonus for them being clustered.
I mean, if I'm gonna screw up, it might as well be funny.
Only most theatrical fuck ups make it to the big screen.
Okay,
Right.
I'm going to quick draw my sword because the mace is clearly not cutting it. And I'm going to swing my sword at this thing as my second attack.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay, Dice. You know, I'm kind of frustrated with you. That's a miss, but not a fumble. I'm not rolling again. We've learned that I should not use fate points to re-roll.
How much would that have been a miss by? Because I actually forgot to take the environment's turn. Which means that your white friend would have been backing you up.
That would be a miss by about 20.
So that would bring it down to a miss by 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still better than the nat 100.
Yeah. Yes, that's why I'm not rolling again.
Weapon goes flying, slams into the back of one of our heads, kills one of us, and you're just like, oh god.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it's still a palpable miss.
Hey,
Oscar.
don't worry about it, Tess. You're only human.
Yes, I am.
Oscar.
Indeed.
Has come.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna pell-mell sprint over to where the last skeleton is. This is still better than taking the time to reload the rifle right now, and
You also have a plus 20 to hit it.
If you wanted to start
yes,
out,
which means I only need to roll under a 47, which is fairly reasonable.
Not like garbage. It's been worn it for a month straight. It needs some patching. Needs some attention.
24, 2 degrees of success.
It has not come back around to its turn to get a parry. Actually, no.
Yeah.
Both of those swings missed, so it didn't use its parry. Shit.
Wait, did I actually write down the list? Hold on.
It not only does it parry, it crit fails its parry. That's a 99.
So tonight is going to be this way. It's all going to be the fumbles.
Going to be the pain.
So that is an 8 plus 2 for 10 points of damage.
We're eating the backlash. The luck favored our dear nerd last time. Now it's leaving us.
Yeah.
No, we can fight it. We can fight against Zinch. The chances will favor us yet.
The right arm severed. You remove what's left of this thing's connection to the mortal plane. It falls apart into a pile of bone pieces. And it's quiet for a moment as the white moves around the area, inspecting the skeletal remains of things, determining that at least here, there are no more left. It, I guess, would turn around and look to Andre, since Andre was the one with the shining sword. Oh, shit, that's Bones.
Oh, yeah, is it... I'm assuming it's done shining now?
Yeah, it's done shining now. As the blade has ended. Or actually... Yeah, no, the blade would have finished shining. The white comes back over, looks to you with a grunt. Sigma. And then proceeds to fall backwards. The animating energies having left it, but it grasping its mace to fall backwards in the best facsimile of the sign of the hammer it can.
You managed to scrounge together 2 outfits that fit you.
Ranged devotion this one has.
And aren't super
Even in death he serves.
Ah, but what's really funny to me is that when he says Sigma that way, it reminds me of the zombie from that one weird TV comedy show where the one zombie goes, Lucy.
I am surprised that he can maintain his wherewithal to understand to assist us instead of attempt to kill us like his brethren.
I don't know that they were his brethren.
A rather impressive feat of conscious magic or willpower of some variety.
Never in my life have I heard of Sigma blessing the undead to keep fighting. We just fought a room full of... And Oscar just sits down on the chest next to him.
First time, Oscar?
Slowly turns to Oscar. It is no worse than the house that we now live in, yes?
Yes, I'm repressing the house as well, thank you.
You've got quite a natural sword arm on you, Oscar.
Is that what happened? I must admit that was mostly adrenaline and a blur. I did well.
The old wizard is going to be creaking as he tries to climb over over the rubble to get to the group.
All right, I'm going to retrieve my equipment. Hey, is anyone injured?
Yes, my ribs hurt.
Sage would raise a hand. I am in pain in places I didn't think could hurt.
Okay.
But I'm not dead.
Lucia recovers her knife, turns around. She's got 2 cuts on her hand, a cut on her arm, a cut on her torso, and another cut on her leg. I'm probably bleeding profusely, but you know.
Okay. You three sit here. Let's take care of your injuries first.
Don't forget the bear.
I haven't.
Oh dear, how is the bear? How is Maury?
Bleeding.
Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of extra time per medical test here, so that it's not like super low. Okay, I'm getting new dice because those dice I've not rolled below a 70 all night.
Marty will be
Where are the
okay.
where are the
We'll
bad
just take
dice? Is it?
It's the purple dice. It's my purple dice. I colored them.
Let me find them.
They are in
These
my
two?
temporary items. Yeah. They need to go.
The casting of summoned.
Are
dice.
you sending dice to dice jail?
Yes. Thank you
I
for the
think he just-
replacement dice.
To be fair, Maury should be fine. He just needs some My Bear Pro.
Okay, that is a successful heal roll for the first person in the line. Who of the 3 or 4 are the worst off?
I'm at -1.
Okay.
I'm at 3, so that would make Andre worse than me.
Okay.
Wizard's going to look at this group and just kind of, the old man casually remarking to himself, seems rather remarkable that I'm the one who makes it out of this uninjured.
I think I took like a point or two. Actually, no, I was never.
I didn't take any hits either.
So that's 5 point backs for our knight.
Dare I get a little? Should I?
Should you what?
I was gonna. Never mind.
You have 5 points back.
Good.
No,
Thank you.
-1.
You're very welcome,
so
Sir
he'll be at
Knight.
4.
Huzzah! I'm no longer dying.
Apparently, Streamlabs is not functioning.
4 points above 0. Excellent work.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Sir Knight. Always happy to help. That is like 4 degrees of success for the next person in line, which I think is Lucia.
Probably Maury.
Oh,
Maury
Maury?
or Lucia, yeah.
Okay.
One or the other. Whoever is more injured.
Yeah.
I do believe the bear was worse off than Lucia.
Wow, suddenly nothing is responsive. Oh, there they go. That is another 5.
Apologies, I had to use the bathroom.
No worries. Streamlabs is apparently not working, Fee. According
It
to
is,
Furry
in
One.
fact, working. I don't know
according to
what
Furry,
is going on with Furry One.
Okay. All right. And the bear gets 5 hit points back. 5 wounds back.
Give me one moment.
Sure, no worries.
Okay, Tom sent it directly to me, and the bear gets 5 wounds.
Okay.
Alright, so the GM gets a fate point, and we get 2.
Woo, thank you.
And then one last one. I'll use my own fate point to do that. Okay, that is a successful heal. This will be the 3rd heal, which I think is for Lucia. There's Lucia and I think an NPC that needs healing. Yes? Our bandit sage.
He is at 50% wounds.
Okay, Lucia's in worse condition. All right. So our NPC will be next.
The NPC former bandit, now squire.
Yes,
She was
cock.
actually doing fine until he got boot knifed.
That's 9 points to Lucia.
Oh, yay. I was about to say, so Andre got bitch slapped one really good time, and I got death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah. I'm definitely improving my healing skill. It has proven to be my most useful skill.
You can always rub your healing poultices on my shattered ribs anytime.
I will gladly do so, Sir Knight. And our NPC gets 4 points back.
That restores back the amount of damage he took during that scrap, so he's fine with that. As you basically just patch up the boot knife wound.
Although being his ribs, Andre would probably feel a little bit of an ouchie when the poultice is applied.
Yes, but the herbs help.
Yeah.
And I have many more ribs where that came from.
Well, I'll have to tend to them once we are out of here.
While they're looking, oh no, can I pick him up? There we go. Lag. While they're attending to the wounded, Radlin's going to start taking a look over, on these bookshelves, seeing if any of these books have titles or markers of something he'd recognize.
Some of the books have titles. A few of them, some of the more intact shelves appear to be entire encyclopedic sets. Some of the books, however, simply looking at them too hard causes them to crumble away. It seems that a lot of them are weather-worn beyond saving, although some are intact. However, can you make me a perception while you're looking at these bookshelves?
Okay. It's not a sense magic, is it?
No.
Okay. Where is my... Yes, okay. That is a... you know what? I have a bunch of fate points of my own. I will spend a fate point. And re-roll that.
I heard a click when I missed my shot earlier. I think there's a mechanism somewhere.
A mechanism?
Yeah. Something that maybe that we could use.
How very intriguing. Do you know where the bullet hit?
No idea. I was busy avoiding being swung at by a skeleton at the time.
That is a fail. Yeah, a failure.
How much did you fail by?
I failed by around 19.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the correct map.
Oh, wait, sorry, 15.
Okay. Scouring around. How long are you going to? How long is Rodolin going to spend looking through the assorted bookshelves? That will determine whether or not he can retest this.
Rodolin is going to.
He has all the triage time.
Yeah, he's in no hurry. He's letting the medic do medic things, and he's not going to be swapping off of this until he either finds something, or the party needs to the party needs to move on to something else in this room.
Well, that's true. She would be busy for a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to be. It's what was it? A couple of rounds per attempt.
Yep.
So it's not like, and there's 4 people that need medical attention.
So yeah, it'll be
10-20 minutes at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're looking at between 20 minutes to a half hour to get your things, to get everyone triaged, get your things taken care of, etc., etc., etc. Reload weapons. So Rodolin, Rodolin, give me 2 more checks then.
Gotcha. Another high one. And before, as he's getting a little frustrated with this, he's actually going to do something. Before he goes too far further into this, he's going to whisper an incantation to himself.
All right.
And I'm going to cast Second Portent of Amul. He's going to attempt to cast. Ah, 6. The the thrill of combat fading has left him somewhat distracted. He's unable to cast before he begins his last attempt. That there is a 56. Exactly 10 over target.
Exactly 10?
Yes, my target is currently 46.
Then you
Unless I'm missing a bonus.
meet.
Huzzah!
As Rodelind's going through the bookshelves, looking through things, there's odds and ends, different tomes.
Okay, never mind. 56 is my target. I have the plus 10. I'm foolish.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then he's 10 over. As it's fairly easy to find a book that has a bullet wound in it. But one of the books looks like it's been partially impacted and wedged slightly in the bookshelf, which is odd as there's a little bit of space behind it. It shouldn't be stuck. And there doesn't appear to be anything to the other side of it either. It almost appears as though the book is floating in midair from this vantage point.
Going to slowly draw a knife. Not like draw the knife like unsheath it. He's going to grab that knife he found a while back. And he's going to take it out with the sheath and just kind of gently poke around.
Secret lover.
All right. Is he prodding at the book, just around the book?
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Way you described this, it sounded. Hold on. The way you described it, like the book is kind of almost floating there.
From the vantage point, as he rounds, I'm just going to move him slightly. Nope, stop that. As he moves a little closer to get a better look, as I would assume he would move in to inspect it. He'd notice from this angle on that the book has a small. I can't physically touch it. Do you see this book, this individual book that's lying flat on its side?
I see it.
Okay. From the underside, there's a very small mechanism that looks like it loops around a sort of pulley system, but it all appears to be attached to this. This book appears to be the lever. It appears as though it can be pressed up, moved upwards about 90 degrees or so.
Excuse me, my friends. I may have found a hidden something or other.
Ah, you found the thing I heard. Bullet hole in it?
Yes, seems to be.
Ah, that's where my bullet went.
Is there anyone finished with their triage?
Not quite yet. Pretty soon, though. Hold still.
I'm not doing anything if you need a hand, Rodolin.
Well, mostly just someone to look over my shoulder.
Someone to
Absolutely,
look over
I'll
your
make my way
shoulder.
over.
That seems rude.
So I just want to make sure there's an extra hand in case this is something more Interesting. He's going to put that knife, disappear the knife and its sheath back into his robes, his travel attire, before reaching out and attempting to see if he can move this thing. Going to reach out, just kind of jostling jostling, and then attempting to like push and pull on the book.
So it would take a moment to get it back onto its track as the shot had damaged it slightly. However, wiggling it back into place, the wall behind the bookshelf lowers down to the ground. It isn't instantaneous. There's a moment of a mechanism in somewhere buried inside the wall, lowering it down. But as it completely drops below, let me see if I can just delete this.
And you
No, it's been deleted
without the disguise cloak and in bed and looking
Hang on.
We're hanging on for dear life now.
There we go. Okay. You should be able to see behind the bookcases, as there's the remnants of a small treasury. There's also a lot of cobwebs and dust.
Wow,
It looks as there was a lot more in here at one point in time, as all you can really see on top are copper pennies.
Yeah. Jumps with surprise.
Carrot slices and gold.
As that mechanism goes, it would be, can I rotate this? Oh, no, I need to do
Sounds
this.
to me like time to transfer from one location to another and put the money in the house.
There we go. I can actually grab the right frickin' token. Okay. As everything finishes moving, Rodolin would be able to see, along with Oscar, would be able to see a small set of tracks down here.
Oh.
Human-looking feet?
Yes, this does in fact look, and on the inside of here, there's the remnants of human trappings. I'll be back in just a moment. I need to bio.
Well, my friends and dear companions, we seem to have found a small treasure trove of some variety. He says gently, he says, grabbing his staff and slowly, kind of almost like a blind man, just kind of gently tapping the floor ahead.
It would be nice to actually get paid.
Indeed, and although I must confess, Rodolin, as much as the coins are useful, there appears to be a discarded book of some kind over in the corner. That has my attention.
I think it's all useful, and we should take care of all of it.
Absolutely agreed.
I agree.
The
We're
house
quite
needs
economically advantaged.
the house needs work. We need knowledge, and yeah, the extravagant meals I've been cooking for the last week, those materials aren't cheap.
And I suppose we should explore this, and when the entity called Moonhoof returns, I will attempt to explore.
Hearing Rodolin say Moonhoof.
See, that would make perfect sense, as Rodolin having an old horse that he just called Moonhoof at some point in his past. That would just make too much sense.
He does love the sky. He is a big. He is a bit a bit of a star nerd, and star and moon nerd.
Well, while you explore, I think once, as said, the bizarre animating force that permits us to do things returns. I'm definitely going to be seeing what portable containers we can start decanting all these loose coins into. Because I can see a few chests and things around the room that would be worth cracking open. And, well, I just don't want to be trying to carry piles of loose coins, because that seems like it would be difficult.
We may even have enough to afford to pay my new squire.
Okay, I was wondering where you were going with that, and I just wanted to remind you that while Mr. Sage is indeed your squire, that is a bit different to a pack mule.
I would like to point out that the Bretonnian probably doesn't see the difference between pack mule and squire. I'm just saying.
Ah, yes. Well, everyone knows that a Bretonnian warhorse, such as the one at home, is worth 3 peasants. Everyone knows that.
You put a value
the
judgment on life like that?
Of course. Do you not have the official life chart?
Not a Bretonnian one.
Oh. Well. Worry not. Lustrians are quite high on the list of value.
I can't imagine where dusty old tomes place on that chart.
Depends on the tome, I suspect.
Indeed.
You know, all the people who claim the Empire is regressive really need a holiday in Bretonnia sometimes, I think.
Bretonnia is a lovely place to visit.
I feel a
To
holiday
visit,
in Bretonnia
I believe.
would become permanent if you were not careful.
Ah, well, perhaps for common folk, but for one such esteemed such as I and my compatriots, we would have writs of passage. No lord would stop us from traveling their lands. Provided
Turns,
you were with
looks
me.
at Rodolin, looks at Andre. Would you not kill him on a site for existing?
I must admit, I have been dancing around the question.
You are an awesome person.
And what question is that? Forgive my ignorance.
Male mage.
Ah, yes. Well, that's quite the fickle thing. You see, I would probably register you as a
knight who lies.
Consultant. It's not
lying.
He is an imperial consultant, after all. Just also a mage. Though I'd refrain from any parlor tricks.
I thought that your people didn't like mages at all.
He's proven quite valuable. And it's just male mages.
Forgive me, Frau Lucia, but isn't Kislev similarly particular about the magic users that it will employ?
Yes, 300%. If you're a male mage, we stab you. Unless you have an imperial note from the Empire indicating you're one of theirs. Then, we probably don't stab you. Probably.
You just throw rocks at them.
You simply wait until we decided I've been insulting in some way.
Less been insulting in some way, and more someone misinterprets you and accuses you of being witch.
Yeah.
At which time we then build very, very large piles of very flammable wood It's a good festival and everything. And, only one person had to die.
Oh, you celebrate that holiday too?
Oscar is just going to slowly turn to Rodlin and mouth, "Don't go on holiday."
Which is... Rodlin returns a wink of I totally don't travel as my entire freaking hobby. Anywhere I can possibly go. Just a casual, yeah, the wink. Oh. Though Though I suppose it does, beg the question, who would have been making use of such places like this? Long enough back, but this deep enough in, that there's a treasure trove behind a bookshelf.
I can think of potentially several.
Well, whoever could afford to pay dwarven craftsmanship, it's not a surprise that there were some well-to-do fellows here. It's not cheap, considering how much architecture is done here.
Most of the Empire's cities had their underways plumbed in by our mountain allies. It's always best to get the work done.
Right.
I did always find it particularly odd that it's written into your holy scriptures to assist the dwarves.
Sigmar Heldenhammer was the first dwarf friend of the human race. We honor that ancient bond.
Welcome back, Moon.
That is the ephemeral force that lets us exist.
I sense the presence has returned his attention.
Oh, thank God. We can finally move more than our mouths again.
We did it, guys. We found the dreamer of the dream. Wrap it up.
And we poke him so we can do things. Come on, consciousness. Conscious being of the universe. Let us move, please. I want to do things.
You don't even look like Cthulhu. You have a cat and a laptop.
Who says Cthulhu doesn't have a cat?
Okay.
It's a high priest of madness.
Territory.
It's a high priest of madness. Obviously, it has a cat.
Yes. Obviously, Cthulhu has Catthulu. That's just common sense.
I mean, there's a whole art series. I've seen this.
Anyway, so the wizard and the engineer find the remnants of a treasury.
Well, Rodlin is going to slowly move forward, putting his staff down in front of him, kind of like a blind man's seeing stick, just putting enough pressure that he can hopefully.
Yeah, the wall is still there, so there's a small trip hazard.
Oh my God.
I say we take barrels and chests and just load up, because it's just a loose pile.
Oscar is going to go over to the big chest just next to Andre and just pop open the lid to see if it's empty.
Oh, I've seen something. An old trick I learned out little far east. When the chests are rotting, wrap them in cloth.
I'm going
to. Well, rather, it has the remnants of some. It looks like at one point in time it was an armor footlocker. There's the rotting remnants of leather armor, jerkins, and such. But that can all be tipped out and swept out or used as padding in the bottom.
Oscar's just going to tip the biggest bits out so that there's room and then just start dragging the chest into the alcove, ready to start filling it.
I'll clap my hands and say,
you can move it.
Sage, you have holy work to do.
Huh? What'd you find, boss? Or what'd you find, me lord?
What'd you find, boss?
So they know how many details to give.
I say, these riches would make a considerable donation to our honorable lady. See to it that you assist Herr Oscar.
Oh, you just got
Sage stops in front of here and just faints.
Bro was living next to that the whole time. I would like to.
he just had done.
Thesserau,
Sage.exe stopped responding.
I'm gonna assume this was before he had his triage treatment, so he can be woken up by a Thesserau bitch slap or something.
Yeah, probably. Yes. I'll wake him up. Hold still. This will hurt.
Ow! My face!
You're awake again. Good. That means you're not dead.
Worry not. She's just putting your nose back in place.
He stands back up. That... I had the most wonderful dream. I had been sitting next to... Oh, there is... He wobbles back slightly, catches himself on the desk. Okay, no. Stay with it, Sage. We're not going to fall back. We're not going to faint again. Yes, I'll do your holy work, my lord. And he goes in here and starts shoveling coins into a chest like a good little bandit.
This wasn't your gang's hidden stash, then?
Huh? No! Trust me, if we had known about this, we wouldn't be piled down in here. He stops for a second and looks over. Here, one of you two should probably take this. I can't read the big words so well, and this looks like it's made of the big words.
Oh, let me see.
Hard labor is good for your concussion, Sage.
Wait.
Yes, my lord.
Oh my god, the wizard is floating! I don't know how I've done this.
What?
I don't know how I've done this.
It's a book of making wizards fly.
Oh, genius and slightly terrifying. Someone toss me the book. I'd like to read it. Perhaps it tells me how to get down. Flump.
Oh god, he's broken his arm.
For some reason, my brain immediately wanted to go back to like Morrowind and say you found a scroll of a carrion flight.
So what is on this thing?
The book appears to be locked.
Okay.
It's got a set of two small. It has a set of two small key locks, as well as having a large gem inset in the middle.
I would like to attempt to try and sense magic in this.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea before I start trying to unlock it.
I'm gonna check the priest for keys.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either.
The Sigma White's body.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the Sigma White.
Okay. You will have to check. Oh, what'd you get?
I got a 6.
Oh yeah. Not only is the gem magic, the gem is in a dormant state, ready to be activated. You've seen other books like this, magic tomes that have very destructive spells in this can often be seen warded with a very similar gem like this. It's not guaranteed that this will be the same, but anything from a singular attack spell, something to repel the target, up to simply being a deafening shrill pitch. But it's most... Oh, that was my coffee. But it's most likely warded with something to protect intrusion.
So he's going to, Rodlin's going to get a very sour. As his beard is going to shift into a grumpy expression as he looks over. You might want to hold off on that, dear Thesserau.
Oh, okay.
This
My
is
beard
heavy.
also shifts into a grumpy expression.
In
This-
which case, I will store this in my bag for the moment.
Seems the only counter to a wizard is more wizardry.
I mean, just for now.
Indeed. No, well, in my sense magic, would I need to make another one to try and sense any traps in this
That's what's popping into the floorboard.
area?
No, it appears that that was the only thing that was magically enchanted around here.
Right.
More than likely, it seems that the hidden state of this was designed to keep out amateur thieves.
Haha, fool them. We're not amateurs.
I'm going to change his entire title to Amateur Bandit Sage.
Amateur Squire Sage.
That's true.
Amateur squire. Yeah,
Amateur Squire.
Amateur.
The Squire's Squire, if you will.
Bandit Wait Squire. All right, so his entire name is Amateur Bandit Wait Squire Sage.
Squared.
Squired Squire.
And so, as we turn around and look through this coinage, you said it was mostly copper on top. What's the,
Yes.
as we start sifting through a little bit, or he's going to say, oh, it does appear that that is the only source of the only major presence of anything touched by the winds of magic in the area. So the coin is safe to grab.
Kind of awkward there.
Hang on.
Is the coin as old as the other coins we have? Like from our house? You know how like our house had like really old coins? Is it like that here?
I need a. Yeah. Hey, Lushka, can we sidebar real quick? Because I don't know about the loot contents. I only know about the story point contents that came out of the house.
Awesome. We can sidebar. Where you want to go? One-on-one?
Sure.
Hello. How are you?
Sorry about that. They hit me with a really important point there. So what old coins and what exactly was looted out of the house? Because I know they found a good rifle.
Here, hold on. It's under sheets, not docs. Let's see here. This has to be good for the audience for me to go back over this.
I'm sorry about that. I had skimmed over this real quick in. Well, I haven't looked at it since last year, actually. It's far enough into the year I can say that without being ironic.
Okay.
Ironic, excuse me.
So they found a rusty set of plate armor that is pretty much useless. Even if repaired, it would still be thoroughly rusted through. There is a Warhammer that is normal craftsmanship, a best quality dagger, a magic mace that Thess is carrying around. There is the rifle that is in Oscar's possession, a pistol that is in Thess's possession. And then I have firearm parts, a cigarette case that So Lucia has a cigarette case, a necklace, and some earrings. Who is purple here? Purple is Rodolin. Rodolin took a crystal water jug, silver goblets, and a tobacco box. And then there's also some candlesticks and a table that's really nice. And that's everything I have listed. I don't know what they're talking about. So, what item are they specifically referencing? Moon, can you hear me? Audience, can you hear me? Okay, audience can hear me.
Oh, I hit the mute button while I was moving things over. It was old coins, old money found looted out of the house.
Okay, hold on.
I was going to say, because, I mean, admittedly, yeah, no, there's something up with the coins. I'm just like, wait, hold on. Did I already cross this point? Wait, no,
That
they found
is
it in the house. I don't know anything that came out of the house.
Okay.
Fuck you, Ad!
So what they got was a pouch of gold coins that are no longer valid currency. They have an emperor from 10 emperors ago on them. And they were supposed to have been changed in like 200 to 300 years ago. Because the gold content in them is too low for modern currency.
The food and find the cloak.
Oh, okay.
The coins are haunted, as in someone is haunting them, and I left that as an RPG seed for you.
So instead of door opener,
Okay. I think I'd remembered that. I just didn't remember it being attached to money. I was going to say, because there is something going on with coins. I just wasn't aware that I'd gotten to that point yet. Okay, we can bounce back into the other thing. God, I'm still in an ad. This is horrible.
Twitch, knock it off.
Welcome back.
Squeezelaw.
Also, I would like to personally thank our audience. This is the largest audience we've had since the week before Christmas, and I genuinely appreciate that you're all still here. There are on YouTube, we do have all the previous episodes up now, and this episode will be going up at the end of the week.
And
Nice.
to the empty room. See, nobody here.
Yeah.
Huzzah! We were discussing the dynamics of trying to flirt with a character who does not understand the concept of flirting.
That's easy. You just flirt with them and see what they do.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, there are aspects of flirting that Thess would get, like complimenting Thess's appearance. Like, it kind of gives her a little thrill. I'm doing it right. I look human, or whatever, right? Like,
She probably also understands that humans have these things called husbands and wives.
yeah, but she doesn't necessarily understand what that means because there's a social context there.
Is the dreamer of the dream back?
I thought it was.
What?
I moved it back in here.
The dreaming being.
I'm still here.
Huzzah!
Oh no, I exist. I'm here. I'm. Oh, you need to switch back screens, Fee, on the stream. No.
I do.
I had just been. Yeah, no. For whatever reason, it's showing 5 empty slots.
Oh, hold on.
Darkness.
There we go.
Yeah, no, Moon. They were comparing
That's
you to
wild.
Cthulhu, the one who dreams in his death.
Yeah. That's funny.
Instead, you hear the
Until he awakens and trods the world again.
That was my Tuesday.
Useful as such. A way to demonstrate the ridiculous precision of why, yeah.
The hell,
you may have
Rodwin?
seen-
Mm,
Oh, we returned. Okay, cool.
what happened?
Don't worry about it.
All right, so yes, these are.
I guess I'll ask Rodolin. Rodolin, was this the trouble of your visions, or are there further perils in this sewer?
This was not.
And and no, it appears that underneath the fine or the heavy layer of copper, there is indeed gold coins.
Okay, mesh is panic flailing.
Along with one of the small chests back here. I believe those were gold coin chests. Let me check my objects real quick.
Won't Squire have a heart attack?
He'd better stop having health issues. I can only help him out so much in his current state.
Yes, I don't think healing poultices will help with hypertension.
There is no
Well,
medicine.
one could certainly always try if there's no other solution.
Oh yeah, what did the Sigma White have on him? Anything?
Yes.
Oh,
So
don't
it
fireball you.
was
Yeah.
badly damaged as it had been run through with a few. They're far too large to be arrows. Even if shot from a war, or even if used from a warbow to compensate from the size, it still looks like it would have been used by something that was 8, 9, 10 feet tall.
Mesh smiles slightly and
Oh, there's a real world weapon like that. Shit. You don't use
However,
them.
the arrows are very old. The fletching is dry rotted completely, but
the insinuation.
Oh man, I don't actually have a skill in warfare, so I don't
or anything.
like knowledge of warfare. Not yet, anyways.
But the breastplate, if you can remove it, seems to be in fairly good shape. It's not magical, but it's very well made and doesn't appear to have rusted or dry rotted.
That,
no,
I'm going
sorry.
to be yoinking that.
I was gonna say the fabric inside would have absolutely dry rotted. It hasn't metal rotted.
Yeah, like the actual metal parts of the breastplate are still probably A-okay.
Yep. It will absolutely need to be serviced. You essentially have a broken breastplate. But it's not broken
than a normal breastplate.
Yeah, but it's not broken beyond repair. It just needs to be serviced. As well, there is an effigy of the hammer of Sigmar emblazoned. Do you see where the one arrow is piercing the collarbone?
Yeah.
It looks so up close. It looks like the arrow had more or less been deflected off the edge of the hammer. It's marred and chipped a bit, but that's the only real decoration to Sigmar on the armor. There's a warhammer off to the side. Oh yeah, right. Sorry, no, she had grabbed the warhammer. There's a warhammer in the fallen white's grip.
Does that look particularly magical? I'll heft it a bit and look at it.
You would be able to make out a pair of, or you'd be able to make out several visible runes etched onto it.
Yeah.
Yes,
without...
I believe I translated those just before the fight.
Yeah.
As you're heading out,
yes.
I think he determined it was magical.
Yep.
Yes, one was light and one was striking or force.
All of them were force, light, armor, and the death grip rune.
with the magical amplification.
Some of them look like they had been activated once. Others look like they haven't been touched.
Interesting.
Fine with rune work.
Didn't have what?
But anyway, that is all to say that, admittedly, the bookshelves are going to be a little bit scarcer than the models have displayed. But the armors, the weapons and such litter the floor around this place. With everything, with the threats from here laid low, you'd have the option to pack up and head back out to rest and not exactly cash in, but rest and store things. Or from here, you have the option to press forward down the staircase. I mean, you have time to decide. I'm not rushing anyone. I'm just saying that from here, it's more or less presented two clear paths.
We have found many things that will need to be transported back to our dwelling. Perhaps moving before we over-encumber ourselves and letting ourselves refresh and heal our wounds in many cases might not be the worst idea. Thoughts?
I agree.
Oh, I did not mean to spam paste that many of them. Holy shit.
Well, it would be good to spend a little bit of time to recover and, if at all possible, resupply slightly. I'm running low on healing supplies.
It would be good to rest. I was prepared for 1, maybe 2 rounds, but 4?
And the depths of my vision have yet to still be brought to fruition. It indeed might be wise to retreat.
It's a good idea to do the lootings and then get it all back to your place of residence.
Plus, we have rat tails. We can get paid.
We can get paid in rat tails.
Also, old coins. I wonder if the Empire has people who like to collect such old coins and will pay better money for the coin's value.
Yes. So the
coins collectors.
So to answer the question that Oscar had asked, the pennies themselves have definitely differed in printing quality and design, but they still have enough of the correct seals on them that it looks like these could be spent without too much of an issue. It's the gold coins that are a little bit of an outlier. They, similar to the coins found in the house, they also appear to be several hundred years old. They have strange symbols etched onto them and whatnot that don't necessarily match anything that immediately comes to Oscar's mind.
These must be before the Empire even split.
But there's multiple different variants of coins. It looks like this deep in, they all appear to be very old, although there are some that are slightly newer than others. None are any younger than 500 years. Yeah, there's a stamping on one of them that seems to date one of the gold coins to 1541.
Ooh, that's pretty old.
Yeah, it
I
is.
do have
And that's
one
one of the
small
better
question
looking
as well.
coins. Yes. Yeah,
There's
most
a
of them.
giant skull in the corner of the room. Like, what is that?
There is
I
a
haven't
giant
noticed
skull in the corner of the room. I wondered if anyone was going to ask me about that.
What is that?
Well,
Hmm.
so are any of you going to go and interact with it, pick it up, move it, etc.?
Yes.
I mean, it looks vaguely rodent-like from this angle. I'm close to it, so why not?
Cool. I would like you to make me a strength roll, please.
Oh, hey,
Uh-oh.
it's actually a thing I have a decent stat at, I think.
The two of you, if I was going to say, if both of you are working on it together, whichever of you has the higher strength score, roll that and add 10.
I have 30. What's yours, Thess?
Mine is higher.
How dare.
By 5. Yeah.
All right, I'll assist you.
Okay. Roll the assist, and then I'll roll.
Oh, I think I'm just giving you a plus 10 if I understood
Yep.
Moon right.
Yes, because the two of you together make it a, I think it's routine is the next step down. Or perhaps it's easy.
Okay. It's a good thing that there's a plus 10.
Yeah, you got this.
Because that was a 36.
So, Thess, you start to, like, you're pretty sure that you've got this, but
it's just awkward.
Andre, oh no. How much of a potential gremlin do you wish to be?
To Thess, not too much.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Damn big.
Oh no. I was going to say, since you were the reason that she succeeded on that check, I was going to say, feel free to pop a charisma roll real quick I'm gonna rewind time real quick. I apologize, I hit the wrong button.
How much flirting do you want to do with the lizard folk?
Hello?
Yeah, no, I'm basically saying this is an option you have at the moment. You don't have to do anything with it.
Oh, I just loaded back in, I think.
We all did.
No, I'm sorry. I killed it.
Damn
all
you,
did.
Moon!
Oh, my character sheet's all funky. That's okay, I can still read it.
I'm so sorry.
Everything looks broken. Hello?
Oh my lord, things are floating.
Oh god, everyone can see my raging sugar cube addiction.
It's on display, my friend. I can't help it, but I can't.
Moon, this is an intervention.
I think Fiara's computer just died.
I can stop anytime I want to. They're so
Quite
delicious and
possibly.
square.
Your diabetes says otherwise.
You should not have hit rewind.
I am so sorry.
I'm on my laptop. You should not hit rewind.
Look at how small the freaking images are. Hold on, move the stream.
This is
Show
not
the
a
stream.
blockbuster PSA. Do not be kind. Do not rewind.
Oh, Moon.
Oh, it's working.
Oh, this is cooked.
You should show them this before it. Show the stream this before it vanishes. Oh my lord.
In reference to Moon's sugar cube addiction.
Horse.
Gotta have a horse problem.
I mean, to be fair, I have a kind of a sugar cube addiction too. So I like my sugars.
If kid.
Now I have the mental image of Andre like feeding his horse a sugar cube, then feeding Thess a sugar cube, and just switching back and forth.
I'm not sure what Thess would think about being fed sugar cubes. Actually, like.
Well, I guess it starts with do lizards like sugar?
I mean, my lizard likes apple slices.
Depends
he
on
loves them.
Depends on the species of
It's
lizard, I think.
connected.
Overtime.
You want to avoid. I mean, high caloric foods, which include sugar, are attractive to anything that lives. But as far as whether or not Thess would enjoy it, I don't know. Actually, it's not a
I
thought
think
that's.
it's trying. It's trying so hard.
I'll wait until you say okay, so I can load in.
You tried so hard and got so
All right.
far.
All right.
in the end,
I will.
It didn't even.
I will have to
matter.
give you. I will have to give you information on the amount of coinage found later because clearly attempting to mess with my finely tuned decorations is breaking the shit out of this.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can imagine how much loot is there. We're tabletop gamers. I think we
You
got
don't
this.
have to. You don't have to. That's part of the reason I took so long painstakingly building this map. The thing is, what you see is what you get. There is that much remaining, much of a pile. There is a battle axe embedded into the ground. There is one chest with a short sword stabbed into it.
Absolutely.
That's why I lost sleep over this. The entire map is lootable.
Nice. Actually, I do greatly appreciate it.
That is a lot of work and effort.
Well, unless soft scale
I'm
decided
not gonna fucking touch anything.
Uh-oh.
No breaky break.
Yeah,
You should never hit the rewind button. You should never,
you
ever have done that.
Finish eating or head outside to check on.
My feed broke off a little bit during that mid talk.
It crashed.
I tried to hit one Mick button and then it went kerchonk.
Obviously,
You
this
got-
is the McFlurry machine of tabletop gaming.
It
Don't
got
look at it.
fucked.
Don't look at it anyway, but normal.
You're only gonna get McFlurries if you hit McDonald's at the right time.
Okay, you hit rewind at the same time it did an autosave to the second.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Corrupt the file.
I'm loading it now. We're gonna see what happens.
That is skill.
Thanks to the cooling pad, however, my laptop does not feel like a space heater.
This is good.
I'll be back in with you as soon as I can. My tabletop sim is being a bit of a bitch.
Mine's playing music.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, Hess is such a weird creature. I'm not. Once she realizes she's being flirted with, I'm not sure how she'd take it.
Because usually, as far as I remember the lore, the Slan decide when they need to breed more lizard folk.
Nope. The Slan have no control over it at all.
Okay, they used to.
Nope.
Long
And
time ago.
breeding, and they do not breed at all. Like, sex is not a thing in lizard folk society at all.
Correct.
So no crushes of eggs.
No crushes of eggs. Spawning pools created by the old ones at predetermined times create lizard folk.
Ah, okay. So it's like a machine manufacturer.
Right. And there are a lot of spawning pools, and no one really knows how they work or what time schedule they're on.
It's like a gremlin.
So
Obviously, they're on lizard time.
Yes. Yeah, they're on lizard.
Yeah, lizard time, obviously.
But the entire concept of like relationships beyond like I fought with this person and that makes him my friend.
And
go ahead.
So that does make quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, so they are definitely like
Okay. Wait. I'll be in. God damn it. Okay,
Sorry.
you can come in.
We've been unbanished.
Correct. You were unbanished.
Yeah, lizard folk, they don't. It just the entire concept of physical attraction
Folks,
and
this
all of
doesn't
that
normally
stuff is.
happen. I'm just on my laptop, and apparently when we did the repair to my laptop, they put in the wrong RAM chip. It's supposed to have 32 gigs of RAM. It has 16.
We can fix that. What? Give me the model of your laptop, Fee, and we'll make
I
a
already
trip to
have
Best
someone
Buy.
working on it.
Oh, well, it would take an afternoon for me to do, so less probably.
How long do the lizard folk live then?
Oh, until they die.
Naturally, everyone lives until they die.
No, as it they don't. They. There are lizard folk who are around when the old ones were here.
Damn,
There
really?
are. Yes.
Plan.
No.
Which means
No. Regular lizard folk that were here when the old ones were here. They do not
Like
age.
Nakai.
Right. They do not age once they hit maturity.
So basically, they're immortal unless they're murdered.
Right. I mean, they're not immortal. They just don't age. So Thess could potentially see the end times.
Yeah, it doesn't seem
If I become a Grail Knight, I could see the end times.
Right. It either.
There's that one skink
Yeah.
that's just seen too much.
Right.
I mean, Oscar really is the only member of this
I'm
party
sorry.
without some means of life extension.
I'm just seeing now that due to the
Just become a robot.
weirdness, I'm just seeing to
Steam
the
powered
weirdness
robot.
of what
Oop.
could happen. That imagine Andre and Sess having a little clutch of eggs.
They
because
wouldn't.
of weirdness that happens.
I don't
Yeah,
think that would work.
Biologically, even if they were the same species, that is like lizard folk lack the ability to do that biologically. Period.
No internal organs for that.
Right, exactly. They are purpose-built creations.
Oh, so exactly like organic robot.
Yep.
Yeah, the spawning pools are literally bioorganic, like not bioorganic. That's the same thing. They're like biomechanical cloning tanks to all intents and purposes.
Pretty much. I mean, cloning is not quite the right term, but it's effectively they are assembled.
Kind of more like those pools in the Institute in Fallout 4 where they make the synths.
Sorta,
Except they just
not
come on randomly.
really.
Well,
Yeah,
not
except
randomly.
I want to say the term is bioprinting.
But you say they come out random. It's not random. The old ones knew exactly what schedule they had them on.
So one time it might spawn sauruses, and another time it might spawn the geckos.
Generally speaking, a spawning pool spawns one type of lizard.
Okay. So
there are
when
exceptions.
they need more saurus. So when they need more saurus, the saurus pool spawns more. When they need more skinks, the skink pool spawns more.
Well, when the old ones thought they would need more, yes. No one can press a button on them and make them do anything. They are on their own timer, and no one really knows how to change it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have there ever been recorded instances of them being damaged or interrupted?
Correct. Yes, there are. In fact, the skinks have been known to pervert, or not the skinks, the Skaven have been known to corrupt spawning pools. What comes out at that point is really, truly horrendous stuff.
Eggs are breezy.
Yeah, and not sentient, typically just wild animals. And chaos, they are effectively immune to chaos corruption specifically. I mean, the lizard folk were built to fight chaos.
Yeah.
So, but
Not exactly going to be.
right. The problem is most of the lizard folk civilization was wrecked during the big chaos wars that eventually resulted in the Maelstrom. So, like, lizard folk, like they don't know where most of the spawning pools are, except for the ones that they're sitting on.
Mm.
And there's a few that just have never spawned anything, and no one knows why. And I mean, it's weird. It's interesting. There's a lot of mystery. And this land and most of the lizard folk are like, yeah, we know what this is, and they actually don't. Um,
Mm.
so it's
Oh,
interesting.
so
Like, go ahead.
that makes the lizard folk the Imperium of Man. They have the tech, they just don't know how it works.
Sorta. I mean, the parallels aren't entirely accurate. The reason why the lizard folk haven't been doing anything isn't because like they don't have enough people. It's because they don't understand. Like they're not for the most part very good self starters.
Mm.
There used to like even the Slan to a large degree were told what to do by the old ones. There are no more old ones.
Yep.
So
I have a theory. I have a theory about one lone surviving old one, who's pretending to be in the 40K universe the elder chaos, the elder god of the laughing god.
There we go.
Sigorak.
Everything is set back up.
yay!
Yay.
Nice.
I was just going to add to the conversation one thing that's particularly interesting with the spawnings is Tehenawan, the red crested prophet of Sotek.
Oh yes, yes.
Because he has died, like he himself has died in battle, but the same spawning pool he originally came out of will spit out another Tehenawan that seemingly has the memories of the previous ones.
Right, correct. Yeah. So, like I said, there are kind of exceptions. Thess's spawning was a weird spawning too. So there are exceptions even within lore where we don't know what came out of the spawning pool. It seems sentient. It doesn't seem to fit any of what the plan tells us. We'll train it to do something
Oh
that
my
we
god,
think
you
it needs to be
actually
trained.
made all of these piles of money fully interactable.
Yes.
The hell is wrong with
Oh,
you,
I thought they
Moon?
were like animation. Oh my god.
Drugs? I don't know.
Anyway,
Which drugs? Which drugs?
So
Benla Fixer.
I believe our knight was about to like flex and be charismatic.
Yes, I'm ready for this. I was born for this. I was made to riz this lizard.
Roll me that charisma and then RP from there.
Riz the lizard.
Mr. Rizzard, Mr. Rizzard Lizard.
Oh god damn it.
Rizzard Lizard.
Oh yeah, that's a hard pass. We got a 30 out of 40.
Oh yeah, rock that smolder.
That's an extra degree.
Okay, let me get my mind on straight because if we're gonna do this, I gotta play this right. Hold on.
I guess it's definitely better than getting your mind on gay.
I mean, it depends on the culture you come from.
All right, so you're struggling to lift the skull a little.
Okay. I can move this. This is big.
Well, it's a good thing you have a big thing on your side.
Wait, you guys have this.
Yeah, big thing.
No.
You. Hi. Hello, Sir Knight. Yes, please.
Yes. Well, you see, you just must lift with your bulging biceps, and I'll grab the back end of the skull and just hoist it up with you.
So with two of you lifting, it's much easier. Simply too large for one to handle.
There is a moment of like following the knight's words, and the knight is talking about bulging biceps, and I'll look at my own arms for a second, and then I'll like carefully look closely at the knight's arms, and like there's like this mental comparison going on. It's kind of, huh, I see. Uh, are all knights? Do all knights have bulging biceps, or is it just yours?
Ah, not all, but you have been blessed with one that does. I'll also wink.
There's a there's there's a little bit of confusion for a second as Tess tries to like I guess I'm supposed to wink back. Fuck. How do
I can picture with the lizard body language where like you're just side-eyeing and
There's a
just
little-
wink.
Does she have eyelids?
Yes, lizard folk do have eyelids.
Oh, thank God.
So there's a moment that's like of like trying to figure out how that would work in the back of her head before she turns her head sideways and winks. Excellent. It is good that you are here, Sir Knight. I don't know what we would do without you.
Frau Lucia, what is happening right now?
I believe the knight and lizard are flirting.
Well, that isn't.
Did I suffer a concussion during the fight and not notice?
No,
No,
I believe you.
I might have, but you did not.
Remember,
I've been across-
what you have
I've-
seen cannot be unseen.
Okay, Peanut Gallery, be quiet. Rottlein, what were you gonna say?
I've been across a very wide stretch of land and sea, and heard a great many stories. This is a new one, I must say.
You're telling me I was trying to go against flirting as hard as possible because I'm supposed to swear a vow of chastity, but what the hell?
Anyway, we'll move this heavy skull kind of to a convenient table. And
Lucia pulls out the flask she got from the house and takes a swig, and then offers it to Oscar.
I was going to say, notice everyone staring at us?
Yeah, no. Oscar gladly takes a swig
Are
and
you
goes
gonna
back
move it
to
over
what he was
here?
doing of scrounging up.
Are you gonna set up one of the barrels?
No, actual table if there's one.
There's a table over here. There's a couple of
Perfect.
lecterns.
Table, very specifically, something flat that'll hold its weight.
Okay, so you quickly scoot these chests not onto the floor.
The entire field of them in unison.
Fucking hell. Not onto the floor.
I'm trying to help you too.
Wondering what will happen when their hands actually touch.
Nothing, because Thess has no clue what's actually going on either.
That's good.
Which makes it even better.
Whoa, human! Your hands and face are all red. You're warmer. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That is a blur statement. Thank you.
No, Thess does not have venom sacs.
Who's asking that?
That would be Final Sight.
I was like, did I miss something? No, just the chat.
Yeah, Thess is actually, aside from the prehensile tail and being lizard folk, Thess is relatively mundane. Like
You may
physically.
hawk Tua, but it is not poisonous.
Yeah.
Okay. So you move the heavy skull over and you're able to examine it. It does as large as it is, very much appear rodent in nature. It does not appear ursine or canine.
Okay. I'll carefully examine it. I mean, I have experience with Skaven.
Can I use my common knowledge?
Yes, I'll allow that.
Britonia?
Both of you, yes, both of you make me a check, please.
Okay.
If you have any Skaven-based knowledge, you can roll that instead. Otherwise, common knowledge is fine.
I got a 98. I'm way too distracted.
Okay.
It, as you look it over, it partially reminds you of a lizard skull. Just some of the grooves and ridges, and then it just gets you thinking about Bess's head and face. And anyway,
it makes me feel funny feelings.
That's a 22. And
None of these thoughts were in the scriptures of Britonia.
My Lustrian lore skill, which is probably since I don't have something Skaven specific, is probably the closest. That's 4 degrees of success.
So if you were in Lustria, there would be a few more things that this could be. However, given its location, the lack of entire dead towns around it, it not being marked up with any sorts of religious symbols, you're fairly certain that this is the skull of some kind of giant rat.
Rat ogre, probably. Yes?
Either a rat ogre or a dire rat of sorts.
Oof.
But it's easily, if it was a rat ogre, then it would easily have been capable of shooting something or firing a bow that could shoot these arrows. And if it were a sort of massive quadrupedal rat, then it would easily have been able to serve as a sort of underground horse.
Yeah, they do that. Well, shit. I knew they were here. Okay. Well, this is one of two things. Or was, rather, one of two things. I'm happy it didn't reanimate. So, in Lustria, if we were in Lustria, which we are not, it could be a lot of different things, but given that it's here and there's a lot of rats, I'm going to guess that it's our Skaven, potentially Skaven, for those who know, all of you who know what Skaven are, could be a big rat ogre, could have been, or it could be one of their riding rats.
Yes.
Hard to tell. I'll flip the thing over and look at its brain pan. No, that's not going to tell me anything. They have about the same size brain.
Wait, yes. I'll just keep going I concur. Yes.
I was going to say, if you take a look at the inside of its brain pan, give me a moment, I can flip this over.
Yeah.
Do you have a science skill or anything of the like?
I have healing.
That will work, actually.
Okay.
Roll healing for me. Minus 10 penalty.
Yeah. Closest thing I got. All right. Dice don't screw. Oh shit! That's an actual success on that. That's not even a full degree of success. It's like 3 points. But yeah.
All right. So you flip the thing over. You begin looking through.
Did not expect to meet that.
Looking around through the brain pan. Hey, I'll take the success where I can get it. Looking around through the brain pan, examining the things. First and foremost, you realize two rather potentially terrifying things about this.
Okay.
One, the skeletal sutures found along the skull indicate that whatever this thing was, it was born, not made.
Okay.
And secondly, judging by some of the teething marks on these ridge patterns on the skull. Something had predated on this. Something big. Possibly another one of it, or perhaps something larger.
Okay. Well, I know that Skaven are cannibalistic, so that's not too much of a surprise.
But you're capable of extrapolating out.
Because
that
sometimes
whatever
there's a
this
mimic,
thing was,
sometimes there isn't.
Given the size of its brain, it, while not capable of speech, it was at least capable of rudimentary thought.
Okay, so probably not one of the mounts then. This looks to be smarter, larger brain by a little bit, so probably a rat ogre, I would think. That would explain the really big arrows.
How horrifying.
Yes, they are terrifying things. Never fought one.
Yet. However,
Correct.
I'm confident we'll find one soon enough.
At some point. We should check and see what's in those barrels over there, too. Something ate part of this, it looks like, judging by some of the teeth marks. But then again, Skaven are cannibalistic. They eat each other.
I'm sorry. Something had a skull that big and something ate it.
Yes. About the same size, maybe a little bigger.
Yes, Skaven may very well even breed each other for the purpose of eating each other. This includes, making them bigger and fatter for cattle.
Yes.
There's always a bigger rat.
That would somewhat track.
No, I think there's an upper size that they stop growing at, but I'm not sure. I've only encountered the person-sized ones.
I just wanted to shamelessly rip off
Star Wars.
There's always a bigger fish.
I know.
Curses.
Alright, as I can't turn this into a storage object. No, go back in here.
So after having moved the giant skull, I guess it's time to start just kind of, if it ain't nailed down, kind of level of looting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which means cracking open these barrels, finding out what's in them, looking at the books on the shelves, seeing what we can salvage.
Oh, Sage, we have holy work for you.
Sage appears.
Fades in out of a blur.
There's a smoke bomb and everything. No, just kidding. It's actually dust.
It's like the
Why do I need
disposal in Metal Gear.
Why do I need smoke bombs when I've got inhaled so much dust I can punch myself in the lung and do just the same?
So he'll look around to the things. Let's see. It's been a half an hour. How long does it take for wounds or for critical wounds to fade? Is it an entire day or?
Yep. One a day.
It can be a day. It can be it depends on how badly you're wounded.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's non-lethal I'm thinking of.
You generally heal like 1 hit point a day.
Yeah.
Well,
unless you've got a healer on hand, which you do. But I can only do 1 healing roll per injury, really.
Sage would kind of pipe up and look around. Yes, my lord. Would you like I to gather up the things that are in here?
Of course.
Okay, boss. I mean, my lord.
See to it that all the coin finds its way into those pouches. And then, help my wizardly friend with any of these books that are of interest to him.
Much obliged. Much obliged.
So
he says he's going to also be rooting around in these stands and book stuff as well to preliminary check these before he goes back to the big library and sees if he can find anything of interest.
So these lecterns appear, the one that's been tipped over, anything of value or any notation of value on it's been faded to the ages, as there's the remnants of water damage on the floor. However, some of the other things, also you do find a couple of water skins scattered throughout the place. They'll need to be cleaned out, but they aren't ruptured, so they'll still hold liquid.
I'm gonna pocket the water skins.
All right.
Remember the other last couple of things you said? I had a little bit of lag on my end.
Oh no, you're fine. That these desks appear to have record-keeping notes on them. They mention they mention older kingdoms and dates that have long since passed. Some of the papers incredibly fragile, others are simply worn and yellow. But with a very careful hand, they can be looked at and read. They have, mechanically, they have effectively one wound each.
He's going to say, well, I would like to preserve some of these, but might be easiest to come down here with.
They're not outside the ability to be restored, but they're very brittle right now.
In that case, he's going to look around and see if there's any way we could actually move these without.
You can move them. You can move them around. Essentially,
You can use telepathy words if you wish to.
yeah, you can move them around as long as you're very careful with them. Move them essentially one piece at a time. Aren't flapping them around, etc. I'd say newborn baby rules, but babies are actually pretty bouncy.
Babies are in fact built to survive new parents.
So, like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, you can relocate them to one of the bookshelves or a table or something.
Start doing that, and as he does that, he's going to look for anything of significance or things that would like help identify either of anything of historical significance or something that would help identify who exactly was in charge of this place and what they were doing.
Scouring through the tables, you find all sorts of seals and stamps and the like, ink pads that are long since dried up. Though he would be able to pilfer a bottle of ink from inside each of the desks. Dusty as get all, but undamaged from proper storage.
Crash North Smash.
3 bottles of ink.
2, in fact.
No, 2. Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, you would have been able to get a third one out of there. I forgot for a moment there's a third desk. Yes, 3 bottles of ink. There are a few keys inside each of them, though it doesn't mention what any of them go to. It has the equivalent of everyone knows what a horse is.
Yeah.
But they contain some of the outgoing documents on one of them there's a few dates that mention or that match up to at least the relative age of some of those coins in the treasury. There are inventory dates and logs dating to how is the year measured?
With a calendar?
Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
The turning of the seasons helps too.
What kind of thing?
You all will be smote.
All right.
Oh wait, I have it saved.
Don't promise a girl a good time if you're not going to deliver.
Alicus might.
It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
Yet. Huh.
Yeah, no, so there are documents and inventory logs that mention things shipping or weapon or not weapon, sorry. Just inventory shipments, raw goods and the like, as well as the occasional shipments of goods going out in the the 1540s 1550s. Let's
What does that do exactly?
okay, I thought there was a specific date notation. But most of the journal entries go back further. The 12th and 13th centuries, up till around the last date found in any of these seems to be something set in the. It's hard to tell if it's 1590s or 1610s, given the way the notation could work. But it seems to indicate something about siege underway, requesting time off to be with loved ones. Request denied, continuing to work through the end.
I see. Older parts. Oh, okay. So this was, yeah. Older buildings that got built on top of rather than. Right. It was part of the spaghetti. Once it layered like lasagna. Lasagna city lasagna.
Yep. There do appear to also be a separate set of logs that refer to. It's hard to make out exactly it's hard to make out the text specifically, but on one of them you're able to make out something stating sewer health logs. Or sewer health records, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We'll need to salvage as much of this as we can.
Right. Indeed. In particular, I'd like to see if I can get these diary entries. They'll have some good interest. And we'll see how much we can salvage.
Okay, yeah, they're coming to help you.
Well, once we get it to a better environment, aren't there ways of recovering? I mean, you would know.
Yeah, the trio are going to be
Even ink
better than me.
stain. There are quite a few. Let's get them loaded. He's going to begin taking the journal entries and also as well as he'll be taking a lot of the most important looking ones as much as he can, and kind of just stacking them neatly before. Yeah.
There do appear to. I need to go through some of the specific items before I go through the loot pile because I don't know all of the paper type items.
Okay,
But
no worries.
but the lot of you are able to remove multiple weapons and armor from the places. They're all fairly weather worn from time, but it's easy to tell that the craftsmanship quality of these weapons are such that with a little bit of restoration and maintenance work, they'll be trusty companions in the following days.
Oh, excellent.
Yep. They are effectively right now currently at poor quality, but can be repaired.
Okay.
Well, if any of you have particular preferences, I'm happy to put a bit of elbow grease into getting this stuff back up to workable quality.
I think that would be a good idea. If nothing else, it would be worth some coin that we could, once restored, their value improves clearly. And who knows, given their age, even if we don't intend to keep it, there's the possibility that collectors might want it.
I can know of several old friends of mine who'd want to purchase these just for, just off of what I see here.
Well,
Or are you referring to the weapons?
you are the
Yes.
engineering expert. If you think it's a good idea, let's do it.
What you see?
I was referring to the old writings. Some people like to read for historical record.
Those as well. But everything down here has great value, I think.
Mostly wondering about the best way to transport such fragile fragile papers. Maybe pressing them between larger books, then putting string around the side. Does anyone have any string?
However,
He would be able to get. Oh, actually, no, that's string. The second he tries to unbind it, the string would crumble and rot away. Even preserved inside the desk, the string has succumbed to several hundred years of time.
I have
Yeah.
a ball of twine in my engineering kit. I'm happy to give that to you, Rodlin.
Or organic things don't tend to last
Just
long.
crumples like an old rubber band.
When the elastic stops working.
Oh.
Let's see. So time.
we will just.
Let's see. It's been a week. So as the so the lot of you are going to be gathering things and then heading back out to town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need
Okay,
a little.
no.
Rodman would like to continue, but he recognizes that his crew is like way beat up.
My insides hurt.
Then,
Yes. We might have
congratulations.
to save any deeper exploration for another day. In particular, he taps on the journals. I'd like to see if any of these papers include more detailed hints to a layout. I'm sure there's so many stacks of ruins upon ruins.
Well, as the group of you are sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but the sound you're about to hear would. As a lot of you were gathering things and loading them into trunks and chests, some of the chests do actually have still surviving gear in them, but there's multiple that just contain. In one of them, there's a normal-sized rat that had largely chewed its way in through the hole in the side, and upon the cage being opened, it just springs out, hisses at you once, and runs off like a feral possum. You're welcome to strike it down as you move by. It's a normal rat. It's not going to put up too much of a fight. But punctuating and puncturing any conversations, there would be the initial sound echoing from deeper inside and reverberating out. There would be the sound of some kind of beast bellowing out a roar from the labyrinthian depths. A few moments later, it would be returned back by a slightly different pitch roar. a few moments later, there would have been the first one returning back its bellowing challenge, and moments after that, the second one would return out its cry. This proceeds on for a couple of moments until you hear a higher pitched whine from the second one, and having just been in battle with multiple things, at least those of you who are still with it mentally can hear the sound of something likely either being injured or being killed.
That's
But
the sound.
I don't
I've
like
read here
that.
before.
That's not a comforting sound at all.
That was distressingly organic.
We should expedite to surface now.
Right.
I agree.
For getting these delicate documents out, press them between books and tie the twine, or tie twine around them. It should keep them straight and should keep them flat without providing too much pressure.
there is
Paper is always more durable compressing than pulling anyway.
a slightly further. It sounds like it's retreated deeper into the labyrinth, but the first one returns out a roar bellowing triumphantly, but it fades away, not coming in your direction. Whatever these things are, they have moved on, the one having bested the other.
Ah, yes, that's a tale for another time.
But the air still lingers heavy. And yes, you're able to press the documents together. There are more than enough books that have more than enough sturdy pages.
He's also going to be trying to look for the best books to bring up, since we know we can, since there's a lot of books there and we only have so many hands and boxes.
Feel free to make me perception and a magic sense.
Got it.
And I need to step away real quick. I have to crack my neck, and I can't do that from this position. Thing's just locked up on me.
First thing, he's going to attempt to try to cast a divination spell. Second portent of Owl.
Might want to wait till Moon is back.
Yeah. I'll
But yes.
To get the
By the way, Andre.
Yeah.
The voice I used for that particular list, man, it's kind of like from doing the bird from Watership Down.
Oh.
So,
Why?
How goes
the it was amusing at time. And once you had scales, everything else pales.
Also, Mr. Solar Aura, or Mr. whatever, however thou art, we are having an interesting time trying to get ourselves in gear to get out. We need to get to the chopper. As we're hearing, it's not exactly an imminent threat, but we are hearing great beasts in the bowels of these tunnels clashing with one another, and are also hitting our limits on both injury and loot carryability.
And just think, it's a tale for different ales.
Ooh.
Remember, I'm always in the pubs.
The pubs, the taverns, and and occasionally the side of the road, I wager.
Oh, how do you think I go from pub to pub?
Rodlin just muttering this to himself, conversing with a creature not present.
Right, exactly.
When Zabi is just speaks, he's like an eldritch entity, he just speaks into people's brains.
Rodlin has always been a little different since he peered into the depths of the void. He's now convinced there's a drunk wandering around in the backs of his mind.
Less in the back of his mind than more like he was convinced the drunk is standing next to him, actively drinking.
But yes. Plenty
My, Rodlin, you have the strangest personality disorder I've ever seen.
Oh, by the way, yes, I did have a Freddy Krueger moment, because after all, every town has a pub.
Oh my!
All right, I don't really have a viable town map token at the moment. But I will go back through this. I can go back through the master copy that I have. That still has all the individual things on it.
Indeed. Also, those rolls. I was going to cast a spell on attempting to cast second portent of Amul on myself first.
Go for it.
So I can. $15. Yes.
When
Success.
Amul hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's a roll, eh?
That's true.
All right, do the thing.
I'm going to first sense magic.
Ooh, that's a good roll. Okay. Several of the books across this place, a few of them appear to have some very faint protective magic across the spines and such, more to protect from wear and tear. And this seems common on more of the well-produced tomes, the encyclopedic type ones. But there are a few, however, that shine as bright as a spell. It's hard to see. It's hard to see exactly what they have, as whatever the cover is made of seems to be suppressing and almost binding the magic.
Well, you aren't last. But you're not first.
Well, that's something I can look at when I'm. Assuming he's going to gingerly touch each of those. And if he doesn't blow up from any of them, he's going to take them out and add them to the pile of books being bound with all the other loose documents being bound between the books so they can be moved for storage.
None of them cause them to detonate. However, each of them have very obtuse names. One is simply labeled "The Joy of Cooking."
Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. There's another that's simply titled "Campfires and You." But they all seem to be nonsensical titles. None of them sound even remotely magical or having to do with the arcane.
How they hide them.
There is the flower is basically
How they hide them.
Yeah, no, I mean there's another that's labeled from green grass to gardenias.
Wait, what?
How to grow plants and impress your suitor. Just very dumb titles.
I see. So he's gonna have to make a cross-referencing for these dumb titles and also which ones are magical. The more that are dumb titles are magical, the more suspicious he grows. Oh, and
Never judge a book by its cover.
And then the roll. You asked for a roll to perception, right?
Yes. Also,
Yeah.
what languages can he read?
30, that's not bad. He can read. Let me look at him. I believe he has classic, arcane, and imperial.
Oh, perfect. Yes, there are even a few written in classic that are quite literally, I'm not a magic book, and I'm not a magic book, volume 2. But it's written in fancy script, so it's just hiding in plain sight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fair. Excellent. And with getting as much of these as that string, much of these in books of interest, magical or mundane, and my total not magic trademark, like it's not the trademark just water, so the water bottle with vodka.
Yeah.
He's going to. Oh yeah, I would take more time for this, but he's going to take. He's going to take as many of these as he possibly can with that amount of string, and the number of hands available, and then that's all he's. And then going to look back through these when we're back at the house.
This man is more excited than a buy one get one scroll sale.
This man is more excited than an auction sale at a wizard's house, and the grimoires included.
I mean, to be fair, magic books in this era are kind of hard to come by.
Yeah, extremely hard to come by.
We just had a vault that makes us effectively rich. If we sold them all, anyway.
Until he has practically transcribed every magic book, though, you're gonna have to to sell. You'll probably have to pry the books out of his hands to sell. No, not yet. I'm still terribly sorry, my friends, but I still have more to read with these. Well, it's mostly.
Very cool. But yes, so you're capable of tearing this place out. You'd also hear the the sounds echoing out as there are still, or well, there were. You could have heard the shrill sounds of people screaming, going, "I have no idea what that was, but I'm not getting paid enough." But moments prior, you'd have heard the sounds of rocks breaking through. It sounds like they'd cleared out another passageway up above. But with the last few things gathered out of here, you're able to return back to the house or make a couple of trips if need be. There were 2 surviving bandits from the skirmish, and they're not too deep into negatives. There still remains to be seen what you plan to do with them. If you're going to turn them into the authorities, if they're going to get squired, whatever need be done. But they're stable and they're more or less thrown under a table.
Promptly logged and jailed. Wait,
Okay.
and is there a particular? Okay, I hate to be that guy. Is there a conversation of curiosity about, hey, you didn't have that one when you went down there? About the squire.
They definitely have a moment of like, did you rescue someone who went before you? Like, they're slightly confused. but the person's able to dig around in their pockets long enough and find something that resembles one of the rat flyers. The guard flips it over a couple of times, shrugs, and steps out of the way.
Thank you.
However, the second movement out of there.
But yes, you're able to do whatever you need to with the squire. There is a common area if you don't want them to stay at the house, where lots of people are still staying. The general field where you had all ventured in, where there's a courtyard of sorts, or yeah, just like an open grassy courtyard. People have set up tents. There's small little bazaar type stands, open air markets. There appears to be an animal stable where some large riding dogs, horses, and the like have been stabled in. There's some large mountain of a man that small children are basically jungle gymming up and over. But for the most part, this growing duchy seems to be rather thriving, kind of in spite of itself, much like a patch of dandelions in a derelict store. In spite of everything around them, they live and thrive. The smells of cooking foods permeate the air. Roasting meat, roasting vegetables, roastingness. People yelling, people shouting about nothing. But are you all heading straight back to the house?
I think, yeah, okay. Well, my friends, will we be dropping these off or getting paid first?
I think we can get paid tomorrow.
Yeah, we can. Rat tails don't decay that quickly. Back to the house, I think.
Yes, I'd rather not. Well, not I, but I'd rather not have Sage lug around this treasures in the midst of the night.
Yes.
Much obliged, my lord. It is a very heavy quarry.
Hard labor purifies the soul and clears concussions, Sage.
I'm absolutely certain that there is someone here we can get to help with that.
I'm sure there is.
If you are looking for people to throw around for just hard labor, you can easily find someone to hire for a couple of pennies. Just hey, help us move this from point A to point B, but type of deal.
Good old-fashioned hirelings.
Yeah, there's lots of people. Or there's I believe the job is called bone picker, but they're just basically camp followers, people who live on the fringes, just scrabbling, or not scrabbling, scavenging, assembling things, trying to hawk odds and ends to just put a few coins together to get a meal and a place to stay. But you can easily find several of them that come moving over like a pack of ghouls, and just do any of you find sirs or madams? Whoa, find sirs or madams? You're. They look amongst each other. They discuss amongst each other for a moment, continually pointing to Thess, like, lizard? No, but there's ears. I have no idea. Is that a mutation? Has it been tainted by chaos?
How
He is
dare you
not.
suggest that?
They're like, that doesn't matter. We're here to make money. Chaos schmash.
If that isn't the attitude of some I've known.
And they're like, all right, sirs, madams, can we move those heavy objects for you? We're quite strong and disposable.
All right, I'll crack my fingers. Must be like, yes. As it just so happens, we have plenty of hard and demanding labor. And payment for it.
Yes.
They all kind of exhale in unison as payment is mentioned. Like, okay, hard labor for payment, we can do that.
You shear through several of its writhing vines.
Oh, good. Can we have a quick huddle on what's an appropriate rate to pay peasants? My first instinct is 1 copper. However, I don't wish to be stolen from.
Oscar's going to reach into his money pouch and pull out a silver piece for each of the men.
That works. Do I have any? Do I have enough silver pouches to silver?
They see silver, look amongst each other, and you quickly hear the words, "Do not fuck this up."
Yes.
Power of surprising the workers with overpay.
I mean, the other thing to remember is that if they're good workers, we might need them again in the future.
Exactly. My professors always told me you get the service you pay for. So, gentlemen, let's go, shall we?
And they say trickle-down economics doesn't work.
Oh, absolutely, me learned lord. Me shiny lord. Sage? And they just...
I think Sage is
Did
automatically...
he just refer to you as the shiny lord?
Sage. Congratulations, you've been promoted to supervisor.
He looks around for a moment, points to himself, and... oh! Don't drop that! Make sure you're carrying that correctly. Lift with your legs, not with your back. We're not paying you if you get injured.
Sage immediately became middle management.
He's still moving things. Like, he hasn't put anything down, but he's making sure they don't shirk off either.
Abruptly starts barking orders like he looks like he'd be pointing. Meanwhile, he's lifting the other half of one of the boxes.
He just, like, as one of them sinks low, he huffs higher on his and is like, I got stabbed for these! Supervisory role may be going to his head a little bit, or it's the elation of having survived and seen daylight again. Kind of hard to tell, but...
Oh, good.
Plus, he's now in charge of some other stooges.
Oh, and I have to spend 200 XP on him to cross-class into Squire. Which reminds me, before I get too far, there is the mention of... yeah, because you had actually paid him a silver coin, so that makes sense that you paid them all a silver coin. Cross...
XP? Question mark?
Consistent.
XP! Exclamation point.
Oh, hey.
So I'll have to tally up exactly how many rats. That's going to involve me going back to the original master copy. But the enemy XP notwithstanding, it's however much it was for the rats. It was, I think, 6 skeletons. Wait, I have them over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 skeletons. There was the big one over here, was got banished to the Shadow Realm. Ooh, it's drowning slightly. There was another one that had got. Oh, right, it was a boss and minions. That's what it was. So it was a boss XP encounter. I need to go off of the back to the slaughter reading.
Yeah.
Do. Is it here? Do. Okay. I will have to tally up the XP for enemies after session, but I need to add in the extra boss and the extra enemies. God damn it, where is the slaughter margin? Come back to me. Why is everything so difficult to find in this damn book? Religion, yes, praise Sigmar. Let's see. So that notwithstanding, let me go to roll them. We'll use that to do math.
So because
Let's see, so the Sigmar White. Hang on, let me mute for a second while I was talking.
Well, for our first encounter, I think this has been a pretty damn good haul.
All right.
I must concur. Rather, Well, considering we quite literally have our hands full, as far as I can tell. Well, he says, hobbling over like two stacks of books under his with in his arms, with the papers pressed between, about an inch high.
Yes, indeed, a very interesting haul.
Ooh, redeemed a drink of water.
Take
Don't
a
know how long
sickie,
ago that was,
everybody.
but I will.
Yep.
Gonna have to go get water, then I have nothing to drink.
Why did you not come prepared with water?
Got a bottle of
I genuinely have no response to that.
got a bottle of electrolyte water. Very somewhere in these, we'll have the secrets to more. We'll discover the secrets to more thorough understanding of the layout of this place.
So, you know why Cletus only drinks ale and never water?
The ale is safer?
Oh, definitely safer. Besides, I never drink water. It's for bathing, and fish make love in it.
All right. So the total XP you have at the moment, like I said, I still need the enemies. 300 for getting the white on your side, 500 for the boss, 100 for finding the secret, 100 for finding the secret area. Recruit 1 x 100. You got through all three of the areas, so that's 300 total. The loot was fat, and the enemies are to be decided or to be determined.
That's a lot of XP.
I haven't given you any XP yet since the game started.
That's true, but still a lot of XP.
Sorry, repeat the number of XP, please.
Hang on, let me do the total.
It's fat with a ph.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
I may need your help to get my next
Not doing damage now.
next rank Oscar. We may need to expedite
that project.
that work.
Yes.
Yeah.
No problem. It was actually the thing I was planning to do.
All right. 1,300 plus the enemies I need to tally up.
Wow. All right.
That is a lot of XP, Moon.
Literally no XP since the beginning of game.
I understand.
Not a drop.
But that is for this game's scaling, that is like XP for what most players would get for like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, it's been 3.
Okay, fair.
Well, it's been 3. We also have had no rest, and there have been legitimately real chances of us, and in some cases very nearly, actually dying.
That boss had 45 wounds.
Right. So I don't know. It kind of makes sense.
You whooped its fucking ass. And the enemies specifically, I'm using one of the tables. I just cannot for the life of me find it. The enemy loots, or the enemy XP gains not nearly as much as actually just going through and doing story bits.
They both take full damage.
Nope, that's quack medicine. Ooh, encounter difficulty. Here we go. Yes, I am aware this should technically not be on the Roll'em channel, but I'll worry about that later. But yeah, no, and that's just basically that. So I need to go off of that slightly. Admittedly, the boss probably should have been 50, but yeah. Yeah, the boss should probably be 50, not 500. Or no, not
the scale.
not 50. The boss should be 100 flat. Because that boss had a very real. Yeah. So if Andre had stepped up to 1v1 that, it would have flattened him.
As is, I got my shit rocked several times.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It would have flattened him. Okay, so that should be 100. Nope. Nope. You bitch. Edit message. 100.
Correct.
3, 4, 5, 6, 9. There you go.
It's okay.
I thought that looked like a jump. Okay, sorry. 900 plus the rest of the enemies from the assorted encounters.
The lightning
a lot
arcs
of XP,
down,
which is good.
and
That's
you can see lightning already.
it'll increase our survivability because holy shit.
Break the vines. It just kind of surges around between the balls. The flowers are.
This was also a lot of knowledge was gained down here, as there are old encyclopedias, lecterns filled with information.
This particular scale, if you recall who Dragon is aligned with, just so happens to be the.
So the lot of you return back to fee save.
Yeah.
Please.
You're trying.
Let me. There it is. Done. Moon, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, save's done. Go ahead.
Fly through the air, blow out your lightning breath, and soar down over the planet. They didn't quite rise in agony, but you learned a very important immunity that they have, and now everyone knows not to light them.
Damn it, Vital.
Alright, sorry about that. I was typing back to Final Sight. He had asked me something. But yeah, no, there were multiple times in this skirmish where had you acted a little bit stupider, you probably would have, if not died, been seriously maimed. Like, as it is, it was good medicine checks that prevented Jim Bob from losing his arm.
That's what you have me for. I am definitely putting points into heal, though.
Oh, no. I'm just simply saying, you're like, wow, that's a lot. Yeah, you were with a... Hold on, I have their stats on a different page. Just for effective level and such. God damn it, where are they? Is it this one? Alright. Alright, I can't find the exact stat block, but yeah, no, that rat catcher who came into the sewers was made with, like, I want to say 1500 XP. And he very nearly died. Andre very nearly dies.
Several of us did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went down to 1 hit point at one point, so we really...
I like to think of it as your life flashed before your eyes, and your life flashed before your eyes, and you were able to go, oh, I should have done that there. I should have done that there. Why did I wear that? Why did I think that shirt? I couldn't make that color work. What was I thinking? But
oh dear God.
Anyway,
I could have died 6 times in 3 seconds. What am I doing?
What's up?
Like internal Mel Blanc screaming levels of oh crap. That and figuring out actually, I understand. I actually understand where I went wrong there. That'll hopefully help next time.
Well, I've certainly got some big plans for what Oscar's going to be doing in this downtime.
Oscar's a hero.
I have thoughts.
But yeah, you're able to return back to town. Much better the worse for wear. How long? This is more an OOC question. How long do you think the characters will end up spending in back in the town doing repairs on gear, repairs on themselves, and such? I don't care. I'm simply just asking to get an idea.
I mean, a bare minimum 24 hours, I'd say. But
yeah, I'd say at least 2 or 3 days just to rest up and recover.
Yeah, some people still have some pretty deep injuries, so
And who knows, they may decide to go meet some NPCs and find some more shenaniganry that you want us to do.
Indeed. Also, Frag forgot to mention he was going to try to see if he could take those keys you mentioned about those lecterns.
Okay, yeah, he's able to take them.
Excellent, because he also intends to try and get that enchanted book open without losing his face in the process. It's like I love all of these books. That one might be the a good place to start.
So, do you want the good news or the bad news?
I'm guessing the good news. Okay, I shot in the dark here. The good news is I don't blow up trying those keys. The bad news is none of the keys fit.
You are incorrect. You
Oh.
do not bleed. You don't blow up. That you were correct on.
Okay.
However, all of the keys fit into the top lock. None of them match the bottom lock.
I
So,
see.
partially correct. That just means we'll have to keep an eye open for another set of keys from somewhere. I'm sure whoever was in
that book requires two-person control. It's very sneaky, nasty.
I am
Sage would. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say before I was cut off twice. I am absolutely certain that someone escaped from down there during whatever siege, or the Skaven have the key. Given how long ago it is, the Skaven probably have the key somewhere.
In one of their bellies, I hope not.
Probably not. They would have expelled it by now. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I was just going to say it simply requires two keys simultaneous. It seems like it requires two keys, either one after the other or simultaneously of some kind to unlock the thing.
Be a really powerful piece of magic.
That doesn't bode well.
Mm-hmm.
Could be the answer to all of our problems.
Or the start to 100 more.
Yes.
I think I'm beginning to see why magic is outlawed in so many places. I do trust that you know what you're doing. I hope the lure of knowledge is not too much for you, dear Ronalyn.
After gazing into the
I don't know if that's quite the brag you think it is, if you can't get that out without laughing.
Perhaps. But after
Just madly capitals.
just the Oh no. Madly cackle perhaps, but there is an eerie calm thinking about this. Well, considering what we went through, and what we have seen just looking into this into the house alone, a creature, blasphemous and mighty that was at its core. I'm quite confident this will be a small thing by that measure. Especially by the measure of what Hello, Amber Alert. Especially by the measure of what secrets creatures like that will often hide.
Yes.
No. What of yourself?
I have got so many notes on projects that Oscar needs to work on.
Oh, right. That was the thing. There isn't any real way to necessarily get these outside of completing a major arc, which that was not. Or largely doing something that is just big damn heroic. So I think
it's a station.
I think I might say that for 1,000 XP you can buy a fate point. As that is essentially the entire XP expenditure of a career.
Yeah.
Because that also just kind of gives my brain something to work with on it. Okay, this is worth roughly this much, because it can do roughly this much.
An appropriate measure of circumstance. Giving them this much XP is okay for this kind of thing.
Yeah, this much for this much, because if they have this much, they can either do this, or they can try and tip the scales back in their favor. Like poor Thess and her single fate point.
Yeah, it's going to remain a single fate point for a while.
Anyway, it's just about midnight here.
Yes.
You'll have time to venture around back in town to get your bearings and such. If I don't have an RP channel set up, I'll get one done. But you can get shopping, repairs done, and the like over several days. Just get some kind of a collective decision of how long you plan to be in town. I don't care. I'm more just mean so I have an idea. You can hole up there for a friggin' month if you want to and learn to knit.
What
learn
was the
to
final
knit. Uh-huh.
What was the final total on XP?
900 plus I need to tally up the creatures. Also 8 points. The ball, 1,000 XP up.
Although it's always nice to have the extra face points.
Likely to scale.
Especially when it saves your booty.
The first one. Yeah, this also means that if you end up going, okay, I have to burn this, you're not up shit creek without a paddle forever. You just have to get back on your feet, try and get back in the swing of things. But it also puts you effectively 1,000 XP behind everyone, so
yeah,
that seems a slightly fairer trade. I don't know. I'm still looking my way through the system and trying to peel the newer editions of things out of my head.
So hey Moon, remember when I would put you guys through like 4 sessions of shit and then give you like 900 XP?
Uh-huh.
You were Space Marines.
I'm aware of that. Also, things were variant in cost, not a flat 100 per.
Bretonian is strength and a Grail Knight is strength 4, toughness 4, and that's like a Space Marine.
The Marines of the old world.
Yep.
The Sigmarines.
The dude with the halberd that you bought heavy armor for?
I swear that frickin' Sigma White is just a fucking precursor to the what are they called? The Forged something.
Oh, the Stormcast.
The Stormcast Eternals. It's a few thousand years, yeah. Several thousand years ahead of schedule. Prototype.
That's a real Sigma moment.
I make no promises about not Monty Halling, but considering some of the things in here are from back before the Imperial Witch purges, there will be odds and ends and things and stuff, and things that will make Fee look at me the next time we're in person and grab me by the collar and go, "Why the hell did you do that, Moon? What was going through your mind?" And I'm just going to laugh maniacally. Yes, that is a threat.
I like this threat.
Pleasantly exciting. It's like the no stop, but it's a green. It's the stop sign with a painted green. Officially, I'm supposed.
What?
Officially, I'm supposed to say, why would you do this? What are you thinking? Internally, I'm like, okay, but that's cool though. Kind of notion.
So that's the nice thing. If you burn all your fate points, but your DM doesn't want you to die as a Space Marine, you're removed from the game because they turned you into a dreadnought. And yeah, dreadnoughts would be a little too OP as things go.
All right. Anyway, any leading or lingering questions before we break for the night?
Not that I can think
I guess
of.
not. Yeah.
No.
But it still misses. The other one on the ground.
Just that, obviously, no need right now because it is midnight on your guys' end. But if we can get a complete list of everything we did get in loot, so I can add it to the party inventory document.
Wait, what? One more time? Sorry. What about documents?
If we can get a list, if somewhere in the chat you can put a list of everything we got in loot so that I can add it to the inventory document for the party.
Yes. Loot.
And then with crackling lightning around the flowers would grow.
All right.
And
I will put the things gathered because I assume you said basically everything not nailed down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We definitely need it in our new place.
Okay. I will get you the total of things. As some of the stuff won't really be carryable, but the barrels and such are all in fairly decent shape.
And then just to make sure, you said 900 XP, yeah?
Yeah, yes, 900 XP. I am aware of how much XP I said.
Okay.
I was 100% prepared to kill any one of you at every given point in time.
He's ready. He's ready to stab. Okay.
But it's one of these. I don't have any of these listed, do I? Of course not. Why would I have bothered jotting down these on the master? So one
Me
of
over
these
here.
barrels.
Here's 120 XP. You over here. Here's 900.
900 XP points.
Wow.
9 XP points.
Congratulations on surviving.
I'm still trying to figure out the exact balancing for the XP handout of the game.
I mean, for early, depending on what we're facing down the line, giving us a whole bunch of early XP is perfectly fine. We went through a similar thing in Deathwatch where
So you fired
the
a
first
line of
2
lightning.
runs, we ended up with a lot of experience points, which later was toned way back. So that's perfectly fine. It's acceptable because it gives us as players a chance to kind of tailor our characters a little bit more than we already have been, and increases our survivability. I understand that we may not get as much later, and that's perfectly fine. Like, I'm good with it. If that is the concern.
Indeed.
Of course, most of my expenditures are going to be on things like, I'm going to buy up my fellowship, and I'm going to spend points on cooking, and so
I was going to say, that said, I will also let people buy out of career talents if they have a good argument for it. Essentially, this is the thing I want to get. Okay, why do you want to get it? Why should Rodolin have keen senses, for example? Oh, okay. He has reading glasses. Sorry, that's not a good enough reason. Oh, he actually happens to have blah 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 blah. Okay, sure, that'll work.
There's a
Oh, you know what?
traveler.
Here, the sorry, let me rephrase that. The mighty missile talent. It's a bonus damage on casting magic missile. Well, he definitely does fire off magic missiles, so I that's a fairly I'm good with that one. Just for to pull a rabbit out of my ass. But
Just for a random example.
yeah.
Although I'm fairly certain I might already have it. Purchase mighty missile. Let's see. Career compendium.
But anyway. Feet, do you have any lingering announcements, notes, flailings? Playlist?
No, just to see you all next week, and I have HarmonyCon next weekend. So next week session will be the last stream before I'm at HarmonyCon, where streams will be intermittent.
Woo!
I do have an announcement from HarmonyCon. Also, you can go look on the Patreon. I've put up new story stuff. Lots of it.
Cool.
Can and cannot.
Well, I imagine we're going. I imagine we'll probably have to schedule a time to load this in and update our character sheets because I know I'm going to have a lot to update after this session.
Yes, I'm also going to need to get this back to a clear state so I can. Anyway.
So, is it time for the account?
I do believe so, yes. Wait, no. You're waiting on something about a HarmonyCon announcement or something, I think.
That was it. No, the announcement at HarmonyCon itself.
I'm currently
Okay.
That's it. And we'll see you all next week.
Yay!
I have been Fiora playing Lucia Blick. Everyone else start saying your goodnights.
Good night, everyone. Hi, I'm Thesserau. I'm the party human cook person. Good night.
Greetings, everyone. I have been Albion, the player of Oscar Hertzsprung, the very high-strung engineer. It's been nice to see you all, and I look forward to seeing you on the next session.
And I have been Rodlin, the party's resident wandering mage, ever with a smile on his face. Have a lovely evening, and may your dreams be as pleasant as the joys we feel getting to play this game for you all.
And I am the noble knight, Sir Andre. Good night to all of you, and may you have good tidings upon the morrow.
And I've Ben Lenzabi, playing the voice of Cletus, your recapper and Tales for an Heir. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Same rat time, same rat channel.
Moon, that's your cue.
Oh, I thought I was waiting on Oscar. Unless he already said something, and my brain did not register words. Hi, I'm tired, I think. I am the GM. I'm the wordsing and mechanics and RPs and stuff. I'm trying to remember how many enemies were in here, and I'm just multiplying numbers by 5 right now. Apologies, my brain is doing math.
Good night, everyone. Say good night, players.
Good night.
Good night, players.
Good night, players.
Bye.
And 3 and 2 and 1.